Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Reseller Clickbait.
No, you gotta
We
keep
were
going. That was good.
doing my radio, my DJ voice. Hey, welcome to the holiday live tour 2024-25. This is the last episode. Oh, wait, I'm Ken, SK Promo. I'm here with Corey, Grams and Pops Vintage. And this is
Happy
the
New
last
Year.
episode. Yeah, Happy New Year to you as well. Last episode of the holiday live tour, and we've got some great guests tonight, Corey. I think you're
We
meeting
do.
them for the first time, right?
Well, yeah, officially,
Kind
I
of.
guess. I haven't been on a video with them, but I have been in their whatnots a time or two.
So we're just going to go ahead and bring them in, and then we'll say hi to some people. Mike Camparelli has been here since like
9 a.m.
9 a.m. this morning. Welcome
It's
in,
die
Mike.
hard.
Southern Vermont Vintage is here. Grams and Pops Grams is watching in the background. Phil
Oh, I
Five
gotta
Dime,
behave.
some fancy glasses there, and Becky N is here as well. So we're going to bring in our special guest, none other than Brian and Tracy from Jack's Treasures. They're already having fun there in the
Welcome,
back.
we
you
are.
guys. Happy
Hey.
New Year.
And
Happy New Year,
yes, for sure.
2025.
Truth be told, we wanted just Tracy, right?
Wow.
But Jack's Treasures comes
Package
as
deal.
a package deal
Hey,
with Brian included.
You don't know how
So
many people have said that to me. I just wanted Tracy.
the
There we
king
go.
and queen
can I
of
say?
Price Falls.
Hey,
And
Bill,
there's
how are you?
now I
look
can
at,
read the chat. I
Corey's
gotta be able to
eyes.
read, and I can't see anything out of these.
Me
I
either.
just explained to Brian what your glasses were of. He didn't understand.
And they're Happy New Year. 2011. They're throwback glasses.
I love it.
Susan
Hey,
is
Susan.
here. Disgruntled Octopus. I
Oh,
also have
wow.
glasses like that. I need more arms on my glasses. Feliz Anu Nuevo from Helmet.
That's your
Happy New
brother.
Year.
Your brother,
That
brother,
is my
yeah.
brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that mean Happy New Year?
Hey, Jill.
I believe so. And
Hey,
Jill
what?
is here.
Is that
As
Arabic or what is that?
No, that is Spanish, I believe.
Swedish?
Arabic. Yeah.
I can't see.
So we are going to, I'm going to make, Brian Tracy, I'm going to make you big on the screen, give you a chance to introduce yourself to the chat. And so take it away. And remember, we're not here all night.
Okay. Hi, we are Jack's Treasures. I'm Tracy, and this
I'm
is Brian.
I'm the
Jack's
quiet
the
one.
cat, but the cat's not behind our head tonight.
No. But we're resellers on many of the different platforms. We've been reselling for a long time, but new to the reselling community,
Yes.
and absolutely adore.
Getting to meet all you guys.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it is just amazingly fun. But that's us. We're really kind of boring.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, you kicked us completely out. I love that.
I took everybody. Okay, here we are.
Great job there, Ken. I like how you work out that.
It's been a month or so since I did one of these. Well, I guess it's been a few hours since I did a live, but it was just me. Ray Nashville Flippers is here.
Hey, Ray.
Come on, Ken, you can pronounce better than that. How Feliz
I'm not sure you can.
Anu Nuevo. And I don't know how you pronounce it. ANO with the little squiggly line. Anu
I ain't
Nuevo.
even
Nuevo?
trying it.
Nuevo.
Hey, Ray, we're
I
in
don't
room
know.
221.
Isn't that
if you
eggs?
want to pop up.
Oh, huevos. That's eggs.
What do
Yeah,
you want to like have a
Brian and
threesome or
Tracy are-
something? Ow.
You are from the Atlanta, Georgia area.
Expect that to happen
What?
again. I have to hit him.
Okay.
Okay, she's the one that invited a guy to our room.
She
What?
did.
Mhm.
Oh
Now,
my gosh.
we didn't talk about this at all prior to the show. That we were
This
gonna
just
get in
turned into
trouble. We're gonna
Trash
get in
to Cash
trouble like within
podcast.
5 minutes. Of being
You
here.
are.
Sorry,
So
And
you
that's
guys
your
are
introduction
from
to Jack's Treasures right there.
that's what she said.
Atlanta, Georgia area.
Yes.
But you are coming to us from Nashville. You drove
We are.
over to Nashville today to do some resellery stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Tell us
Yeah,
what you're
we
doing.
did. Well, that along with the fact that, we knew we were going to be live. And I told Tracy, I said, I want to be where Jack's Treasures really, I don't know, took off. And it
In a
was
hotel
here.
room?
Well,
I mean,
we don't have any children together, but
We don't judge.
but it was Nashville where we met Ken for the first time. We met Ken, and I got to tell the story because when
Yes.
we met Ken, after we met Ken, I started watching all of the podcasts, and I watched them through all of them from the very first one. I've watched it all the way to the last one that you guys did on Monday, and
Yes.
it was the episode before Ken went to Nashville. And in the episode, Ken said, well, we're going to Nashville and I'm going to meet a couple of people, especially some new buyers, including Jack's Treasures. He was talking to Tracy, not to me, because I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anything. I didn't even know YouTube existed practically. So he said that. And after he said it, I thought about how we met Ken. We met Ken because Tracy and I were walking down the hallway and Ken and Jill walked out of their hotel room door right when Tracy and I were standing there. So it was like they couldn't have planned it out any better. But after I heard it, what Ken had said on the episode, I said, damn, even I think we stalked them. And I didn't even know.
Well,
Ken Ken has a history here because I met Ken in a hotel lobby the first time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See,
There's a
people
pattern.
are inviting me to their rooms. Yeah.
For somebody that doesn't travel a lot.
Exactly. And doesn't like to.
If you want to meet me, just hang out in a hotel someplace. I'm likely to show up.
seedy hotel.
Yeah. So we said, you know what? Let's go back to Nashville because this is really where our journey on Whatnot started to take off. We had been on Whatnot for 2 years and we were getting ready to quit because it was boring. It wasn't that we weren't making money. We were making plenty of money, but it just wasn't fun. It was boring. So, and I know that sounds really bad for me to say because you're like, how are you boring? But it was really boring. We had shows, nobody was in the show. We had shows that ran for 5 minutes and we just quit the show. And we went to the meetup. When we went to the meetup, I had surgery on my neck. So I had a big scar in here. The whole side of my face was numb. I was drugged out beyond belief. So I was high as a kite the whole time we were there. And I made a complete butthead out of myself to
it's in Nashville though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else is high too.
Yeah, probably. I know one of them might have been there, but he didn't act like it when I made a complete butthead out of myself 2 minutes after being there. I just made a complete ass out of a jerk out of myself. And I was like, oh my God. Then we didn't see anybody for the next 3 days that we were there. Not nobody. And
we were at the wrong hotel.
No, we were at the right hotel, but we kept going out the back door and going around the front. We avoided everybody. And the last day we checked out of the hotel, I walked in and I saw Paul and I walked over to Paul and mainly to apologize. And then I was an ass again. Sorry, I was a jerk again. When he was eating pancakes, he was making pancakes. And I go over there and totally interrupt him making pancakes. And we end up talking for a little bit and he comes out to our car and sees stuff. And then after that, everything blew up.
Yep. It was all history from there. I see Nicole popped in. Nicole, I'd flip that. She wanted to hear that story. I am the frugalist. Yeah. I got the thing. I was watching back last year's episode because I wanted to see what goals, because we're going to talk about some goals for 2025. Goals that we made last year and stuff. We're going to get into all of that. But I noticed I had my New Year shirt, my Happy New Year. I can't get up here. Happy New Year shirt on last year. And so does it make it a tradition now that I've worn it like 2 years in a row? Is this like shirt a tradition?
Is that a 21 days thing again?
I was going to say 21 days.
21 days.
Yes, to form a habit. What did I say? Like 5 days or something? Five.
I think it was more. I think you said like 90 days.
Amy is here. Yeah, damn timing, Jill says. We just happened to walk out the door. And Disgruntled Octopus
Jill.
has also watched all the episodes. Amy has watched all the episodes.
Yeah.
And yes, remember back last year, Octogate of 2024, when, you know,
We
I
do
got my
remember.
little octopus right here. I keep him on the green just because green is more festive than the black. But that was, yeah, the Octogate when we had the bomb squad out here. And I think I met Amy in a hotel lobby too.
Yeah,
In
probably.
Cincinnati. Pretty much everybody I meet is in a hotel lobby.
The trend.
But we're the only ones that stalk your door.
That's true.
I
Well,
swear it
see,
felt like
you
it.
know, like
It
they said it just happened to be happenstance that they came out of the door. Well, we were like one of the like second to last room in that hallway. There was like nowhere else for somebody to be than just standing outside our door, waiting for us to come out. And
Okay.
And
okay.
yeah,
I have to admit it. I had to meet the DOG. Had to.
as does everybody.
Even
As
though I
does
didn't know
everyone.
you or know that you were the DOG until after.
Was it a
Yeah,
letdown for you two?
Oh my God. I can't answer that quite yet, Corey. I'm not in those graces yet. But it has been something.
Yeah.
It has been
So, and Susan says she feels like she's learning some interesting facts about her cousin tonight. Yeah, thank God that hallway was short. It was the longest conversation in the shortest hallway ever. It literally took like maybe 2 minutes to walk from one end of the hallway to the other, and we literally had like a 15-minute conversation with Brian.
You knew his entire life history at that point.
We didn't have a conversation with Tracy. I think she said hi and we shook hands, but I knew nothing about her before we got to the end. But I
Believe
knew
it or not,
everything
Brian,
about Brian.
I'm an oversharer when I meet people too, so don't feel bad about that.
Oh, well,
We're just friendly.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with that. If I didn't talk, that conversation would have ended with, "Hi, I'm Ken, the DOG." That's it. It's done.
I wouldn't have
given
said
you a headshot on the way by.
Yes. Hey, I had to pay for my headshot. I didn't even get one. I had to buy.
Well, I've been paying for mine ever since I got it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, Jill, and this is true. Jill turned to me when we got to the end of the hallway and kind of parted company. She's like, "What the hell was that?" And I was like,
Jill, I've
I don't
heard that
know.
a lot too. If I had a nickel every time somebody said that after meeting me.
But yeah, it's been it has been. I told Brian this the other day that you never know. You walk out of your hotel room one day, and the next thing you got a friend that a friend for life that love
that
like a
tries
brother.
Everything he can do to embarrass you live on YouTube.
I try.
What are friends for?
Well, exactly.
I try. And Corey, I got to tell you, if you ever get on a conversation, the phone conversations with Brian rival the ones that we have.
I've had a phone conversation with Brian.
Yes, we have.
I even got to talk to his mother-in-law, I believe.
She
was in the car, and it switched to the car.
That's right. It switched to the car because
so we had a nice conversation with her too.
Yes, yes, that's right. I remember that, and I kept talking too. That's the worst part is I'm talking and there's nobody there because my phone the Bluetooth goes to my mom's car when she starts her car. So it immediately took right over to him. So Corey's having this nice conversation with my mom.
Well, your mother is a very friendly lady. Stopped. She was easy to talk to.
She is. She's awesome.
Yeah, and Teresa Grams, they were the first one in Vegas. One of the first headshots. I gave one to both Corey and Teresa. Corey, immediately framed his. Teresa immediately snapped a photo of hers, listed it on eBay, and sold it like in like a half an hour or something.
It was gone quick.
And I think Mike Deathpile Picker bought it, didn't he? And I don't even know how that came about, that all of a sudden it's like how he found it or saw it or knew about it, but
That's
it was
I don't know.
gone.
Maybe we posted it on social media too. I don't know.
Oh, that could be. But yeah, there's, I think Kristen O'Rourke Squirrel has sold one of my headshots, one of the Nashville headshots that she listed. So they're out there.
I should list the rest of mine. I've got a few of them left here. All of them say one of one, so they're they're good.
Mine has a Jack's Treasure sticker on it. I don't know if I should sell it
right over the face.
Yes, because I put Jack's Treasure sticker on everything. I think now.
Oh, there you go. It was in the Trash Cash Discord that Teresa had.
Yeah, probably
listed
was
that. Yeah, it should be on QVC. I should sell them on QVC. I need to do more of that. I have the whole collection right here beside me, just so that I can, pull them up and look at me.
Idea. What Not Mystery Show, but every bag just has a different headshot of Ken.
See?
That's an idea.
Well,
I like it.
I've heard that's a good place to sell garbage.
And there we are. We're only 18 minutes in. Corey gets in his first good whatnot.
Well, I'm outnumbered here.
Day.
I've got to throw a few quick jabs in the beginning, put you off balance.
The DOG mac and cheese. Oh, I did my Ken versus 10 show today, and I was showing and I think I forgot to mention that when we were showing last week that Bill in a box in a garage had sent, a Christmas box or whatever, but Bill's also his distinction, rather than just being
not a
super
Christmas
good
box.
guy. Not a Christmas box. Just Corey got the card, but Bill was the very first recipient of a Ken SSK promo headshot when we were out in Vegas. He was the very first one. Because he was the first person to ask about it. He had been watching the show, been watching the podcast, and we were sitting at dinner at the same table at dinner. He's like, "Hey, did you bring headshots?" Because we had goofed about it. I was like, "I did bring some." So when I got them out, I made sure that Bill got the very first one. That one right there, the OG of headshots.
What a handsome fella.
Yeah,
but so the reason we are here tonight is it is 2025. It is a new year and a new chance to do things right, a chance to continue doing things right, to kind of look back retrospectively and see, how was our 2024 and what we look forward to in 2025. And the disgruntled, all right, I have to go back to pretending to work. I'll make sure to listen in the background. You do that for sure, Josh. Appreciate it.
I like him. He's awesome.
And but so Corey, did you happen to go back and watch last year's episode to see?
I don't even like being on the current episode. Why would I watch a prior episodes?
No, wait a minute. I had what did I do with my list? I had a list here.
Did you write down what I said?
I did. I had some notes, but I think when I was cleaning up in here, I think I threw my notes.
You wrote
away.
down what you said, and you showed a pad of nothing. Oh,
Yep.
I know.
You must not have been talking too much, Corey.
I don't know.
You chucked it?
I must have. I don't know. Oh, here we go. We'll start out with the chat. My goal in 2025 is to read the book I got today, the ADHD Entrepreneur.
Sounds good.
There's a couple of good stories in there, Jill. You'll enjoy that.
Can I talk about that for a second?
If you want to.
That is a book by this guy right here, Corey Eckert, available on Amazon.
Again, but...
It is called The ADHD Entrepreneur. How I made.
I don't even
what's
remember
the title?
Millions.
No.
Jill put the title in.
How
Jill
I
put
made
the full title.
Here, I'll find it. It
It's,
shouldn't take me long.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Corey didn't do
One
his
moment.
homework. He did
Technical
not.
difficulties.
And if you see, oh wait, I should call. Are
I
you
found
calling
it.
it up
I found it.
on
Here we go.
Amazon?
Yeah,
you
I found
share
it
your
on
screen?
Amazon.
Nice.
I don't know if it lets me
Okay.
share a link. It's the ADHD entrepreneur, how I built a business on chaos, curiosity, and coffee.
So
Or
there's a link
a dozen
right there
businesses, as it were.
in the
I've
chat.
heard of some of them.
Oh, there's several.
I can't wait to hear them all tonight.
I know. We don't have that time.
Since literally Ray said that Corey wasn't going to have to say anything tonight, my goal is to have Corey talk.
We
the
don't
whole
have that
show.
kind of time.
But Jill was the first recipient of Corey's new book.
She
that
got it
he
before
has
I did.
out.
I don't even have my author copies yet.
Oh, wow.
Really?
None. No, I ordered them way before Jill ordered hers, or before Ken ordered Jill's, but I still don't have my author copies. So if it sucks, I haven't proofed it yet. I'm sorry.
Jill was the first person to get our Jack and Cheese too. That
She's
we
just
made.
a lucky person.
She's the very first person to get that too when we made that and introduced it on Ken versus 10. Yeah,
There
that's
it
the
is
very
right
first
there.
one that we made right there. And I
Happy
put the note on there.
belated birthday, first edition
Yeah.
of.
I love the prototype. It's just masking tape.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's
That's how my
It
prototypes
took me a
look.
long time to make that. I mean, I
It's-
went through 12 or 16 different versions before I came up with that. I mean, almost perfect. It's almost spot on perfect. You know, Kraft has contacted me about licensing it and stuff, but we haven't worked out the
Man,
numbers
I
yet.
can't even get them. I pitched their stuff. I wore a damn shirt today, mac and cheese shirt. I can't get a dime out of those people.
Amy says, and toilets. Amy, believe it or not, my career path has crossed the toilet space more than once.
My YouTube channel's right there now.
Yeah, mine
Yeah.
lives there.
No, I don't believe that for a second. I love your guys' channel. I watch you guys all the
Analytics says
time.
it does.
Well, I know one thing, Corey, on your because we did like some reseller goals and we did some YouTube or content creation goals, and then we just did like some life goals, I guess, or just whatever the
crap,
goals
that ought to be
were.
interesting.
And I my
Didn't I
notes
say something
are,
like 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year?
you were
Something crazy I was never going to hit.
something like that. Man, oh man, that,
I thought I
how
said
unprepared-
5,000, but I could be off.
How unprepared could I be?
Just like
I
my
did-
other goals this year, we fell short. Not terribly short, but we fell short.
I don't know
Well,
that you did awesome, in my opinion, on the eBay side when you were talking about your goals on there, and you said how you said it, and then you're setting the next one up even higher than that.
Yep.
So even
We came close. We're happy
Yeah.
with it. I mean,
Yeah.
for a complete experiment that we started
Right.
3 years ago, almost 4 years
right.
ago. The cool thing
Yeah.
is I've been unemployed for almost 20 years. And that in itself, like that's the ultimate goal right there.
Exactly.
Just call in
stay
sick.
unemployed.
I don't have to make up excuses to go do something.
Right.
Just make enough money that I can stay unemployed. That's the goal.
Well, I like that. That's
That's the ultimate
exactly
goal.
where I'm at.
I think you need to put that on a
Just enough
shirt.
money.
That
It's
needs to
good.
be a Grams and Pops shirt right there. Make enough money to stay unemployed.
Yeah.
Or an idea for a new book. Co-wrote by Jack's Treasures, of course.
Of course. See,
Of course.
Right
Ghostwrited. Ghostwrited. Tracy was actually a writer.
I was.
Well, she was doing that while we were reselling.
Awesome.
When we first got married, she actually was a writer.
Really boring stuff.
Yeah, she
Anything
was writing my
published?
life
Really?
story.
No, web content, so no books. Well, actually, I have credit on a couple of books, but nothing important. Dungeons and
Gotta
Dragons
put them out there.
manuals.
You should keep writing. That's one of the things I love writing. Like it's one of the few things I did when I was in college that I liked as a creative writing course, and I've always just
Right.
liked it. I put it this way: I don't communicate very well, but in writing, I communicate much better. It's ridiculous and
Absolutely the
not very
same.
good, but I like it better. Mostly because I can
I'm
do
not
it
good at
by
either one.
myself without another person in the
one.
room.
Yeah, reading and writing
Yeah.
is not my strong suit. I'm more of a on the fly talker. Just make it up right
You
on
don't
the minute.
say.
So Octo says that he just ordered a copy and it better be good or it'll give Dude Wipes a run for their money. Page by page. Let's
It
let's
is a
hope they're
multi-purpose book. I had it printed on soft paper, so
hopefully
cheap
they're
paper,
as
soft paper, same
absorbent
thing.
and as minty fresh as Dude Wipes.
No,
Buy
but
Dude Wipes now.
if you
It's
use
your
the
local.
pine flavored ones, either way, your ass gonna smell like a tree.
There you go. Some
There you go.
dingleberries. Or dinglebells. Dinglebells pine
Dingleberries.
scented. Dingleberry. Well, that's what they take care of. And there you go. Mike Camparelli.
8
just
pages
bought-
at a time. Octo, they're not that cheap a paper.
Oh, by the way, I wrote a book too. It's how not to sell stuff on eBay. So you can go to my eBay site and buy some of that stuff if you want to also, since my eBay store sucks.
I feel like I could have wrote the foreword for that one.
The got my Dude Wipes in the truck. You never know. You never know when you're going.
That's a good place for Dude Wipes is in the truck. If you gotta stop and take some road poops. That's Dude Wipes are perfect.
And there's another shirt for the merch. Gotta stop and take some road poops. Dude Wipes.
Yeah, just add it to the shirt, add it to the sleeve or something.
It's gonna look like a racing shirt, just all kinds of things all over it.
You got that right, Mike. We all know how not to sell on eBay. A truer statement. Just don't list. That's what I do. I know that was one of my goals. Well, one of my goals from last year was to by the end of the second quarter to have doubled my weekly payout or my whatever my what's the number that everybody looks
Weekly
at? What's
payout.
the weekly
Your 90
payout
day?
or whatever. 90 day but more so that's more important to me was to
the
double
weekly
that
payout.
and then by the end of the fourth quarter is to have doubled that.
Oh, wow.
And well, we're going to say this. That's where we were at with that. I kind of got off track. I did really well first quarter of last year, and kind of going into the second quarter, and then Corey will say, well, there's where you went wrong. Then I started
I don't even have to say it. I know. You know.
I started to do whatnot. And it wasn't necessarily that the monies weren't there. It was just a different way to obtain the money. And I would stretch myself way too thin with stuff that I had to do with some storage unit opportunities that I had with eBay, with trying to do the shows on Whatnot. Yeah, there we go, Chris. He knew already. Ken did really well until Whatnot. And again, it's not that wasn't making the profit or whatever. It was just where my time went. And I just kind of got myself turned around and it didn't.
But you didn't have to go get a job.
I did not have to go get a job.
It
still is sustaining me. Exactly. See, I love that. Make enough money to be unemployed.
Yeah.
Man, we should make that the theme.
That is the only goal. Everything else
2025.
is just beer money. That's the only goal.
I'm actually going to write that down right now because I love
You're
that.
going to lose the paper in 10 minutes anyway.
Well, and I'm
throw it
actually
away.
writing it on my whiteboard. I'd flip that whiteboard that's always right here beside my desk. I might make a new sign that I'm going to put right back here.
Can you
Make
here,
enough
write
money.
something else on your whiteboard for me?
Okay.
Write whatnot, but write it backwards.
TON.
No, just put the words backwards.
AHW.
Oh my gosh.
Not what?
Profitable. And then just write that under there.
It's profitable.
well,
I can tell you that. Tracy and I do really, really well on what.
You know, we
Finally.
go.
Don't say that on this show. We don't want to get Ken a big head.
We go.
Really?
Round and round about that. It's a different. It is not as. What do I want to say? Well, it's not as boring for sure. Boring. Selling on whatnot, it's fun. You know, I like that.
I only give you crap because whatnot would be my own form of personal hell. Like I would hate it that much for me personally because of my personality. But there's a lot of people crushing it on whatnot. So yeah, I only give you crap about it because I know how much I would hate it.
Is your camera the way it works is that we have him. I would never do it on my own.
I couldn't do it on my own.
But he's got the personality and the passion for it.
Me? I'm boring.
I have the personality for a stay-at-home dad. Like I just shouldn't be in public.
Coco loves life. I love Coco.
Oh, look at that. There is a good friend, Coco. Coco Loves Life is here. What is up, Coco? Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, and you two are perfect together. You guys,
Corey and Ken, I'm assuming
they are perfect together.
They are really, really good.
No.
You know,
that's you guys.
I think she meant you two. You guys have a good rapport back and forth on your show, and that's what. Well, it's Corey. We talk about this. Grams and Pops. I think most of the time it's the relationship and the rapport that Corey and Teresa have together that brings people back. I mean, we're all resellers. We all kind of find the same things. We kind of go about our businesses for the most part the same way. But it's when you're wanting to watch somebody for whether it be for entertainment or information, the dynamic that Corey and Teresa have is great. Just that back and forth. And that's the same thing that you and Tracy have.
People just like watching me get picked on.
Well, they like to watch me wear very outrageously stupid outfits. And I have decided at my age right now, I really don't care. I mean,
I'm hoping to get
that romper into a McKay's store with hundreds of people in it, drove all through Tennessee,
I don't have that kind of confidence
and stuff like that. And believe me, when I did it, it was just, and then she videotaped it and put it to music, right?
Yes.
It did like a short. It's like one of our most popular ones. Every one of our popular videos has nothing to do with our regular content. All of it is, how can I embarrass me? And Tracy has found new and numerous ways to do it. And Ken has helped. And Jill is the biggest culprit of them all to get me embarrassed too.
I could pull that off. I would end up on YouTube getting beat up by a teenager wearing a romper, and that would just end my entire social career. Like, I don't have the confidence for that shirt.
Good friend, Shanna is here. Simply Shenanigans.
Hey.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is good to see you as well. So yeah, just the rapport that you guys have, and I think that's where you started off in the beginning of the show talking about how you guys were doing whatnot for quite a while, and it was just, you were ready to give it up, you were ready to quit because the shows weren't going, and then you went to the meetup and you met a few people that you were able to talk to and say
Tracy
Paul
met
Flipper. Tracy met them.
I wandered.
Right. He did wander.
I wandered. And Tracy had like a bell on me or something like that. If I went into a restricted area, I got buzzed or something. I don't know. But
we won't let you wander.
Medications and stuff like that. Yeah,
we're gonna put a leash on you because you gotta stay with the group.
I might need one. But
bring a muzzle too.
We did meet
bring a puzzle
people and stuff. But when we were doing Whatnot, like pretty regularly. We would run 2 or 3 shows, or probably 2 shows a week. But we were doing eBay hardcore. I had a store that had well over 6,000 items in it regularly, and I had sales that were phenomenal, and we were doing well on that, and we were listing and we were putting up stuff, and Tracy had her shows that was actually making more than mine. Mine was more the staple products, so we were doing both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's why one of the reasons why we were thinking about dropping Whatnot, because not only were we doing that, but we had a couple of sales antique booths. And one of the antique booths that we had was 1,600 square feet in the back of a store, and we had the whole back of the store.
Dang,
so
wow.
We were doing that, doing Whatnot, and doing
so you guys
eBay.
were like for real resellers.
Yeah. We've been reselling. I've been reselling for about over 18 years now, and I quit teaching 9 years ago now, or 8 years ago. So
8.
Yeah, about 8 years ago. So I started hitting it really, really hard then. And Tracy's been doing it for about 25 years. But with Whatnot and us doing all of that, it was Whatnot was going to be the one to have to go. We already kicked the antique booth out, because when we ran the numbers on that, we were only making like about $5, $10 an hour. And I was like, no, it was way too much. We didn't want to keep doing it. I mean, we were making money, but it was just so much. We just basically scaled down. And then we finally just stopped doing that. And then the next one was the same thing. It was like, we're putting all of this work into that, and we're putting nothing into our own work. This is one thing that I tell anybody that we meet. Tracy and I are really super unique in this, is that literally in a 24-hour day, we're in the same room about 22 hours of that day, working side by side with each other. Yeah. And that's a really, really, it's one of those things where you'll see people saying, well, I can't stand to be in my wife's room for an hour or more and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I'm with mine 22 hours out of a day.
Well, it's Teresa that wants to get rid of me most of the time. Teresa will go out to the shop for 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And just list without me.
Right.
Just to have her own thing and do her own thing without me in the room.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're pretty much in the same room all the time.
Yeah.
But she does get sick of me after a while.
Well,
and I'm
I wear my headphones a lot.
She does. She has them over there. She wears those all of the time when we're working, because now when I started doing all of this and following everybody, the first ones I jumped on board was I was watching Ken, and I was watching this podcast. And so I started binge watching that. Then I started watching Corey. I started binge watching that. And I started watching Paul's, and I was watching some of those. And I started watching the reseller draft. So she would be wearing her headphones because she's already watched all of these. Because I would literally be watching one of y'all's shows, and I would hear Ken say, oh, there was a comment from Jack's Treasures. And I'm like, I didn't say shit. So I don't know. Oh, sorry. I apologize, everybody. Hey, former Navy. Okay.
Yeah, that's the worst we've heard on this show. That's Navy cursing right there. That's soft stuff.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Okay. I take the digs. I take the digs and stuff. What was that? National Guard? Was that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know not to mess with Teresa. Army Special Forces.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Roman has popped in
Army
here.
Needs Special Forces, but
Roman's popped in that Ken was invited for the main role of Santa in the upcoming Bad Santa 3. So I'll start growing the Santa beer right away, and we'll have to quit reselling since I'll get $100 million for my role. Man, I would love that.
Don't forget the little people.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Caitlin.
Hey, I was going to think about you guys when I won the billions on the lottery the other last week, but I was really, really close. I
can't win if you don't play, and I don't play the lottery.
We do.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Daughter Caitlin checking in. It feels not so long ago when you were a teacher. Time flies. Very proud of you guys.
My daughter is absolutely amazing. I love her to death.
And
I know Teresa.
Teresa said, you know that that she loves you. Everything is fun. I'm surprised that Jill hasn't commented already. Corey was also offered a role, but his beard takes 20 years to grow.
Yeah, they wanted me to play the elf, and I don't look good in tights, so I had to turn it down.
Coco says,
the image in my head right now just exploded. So, oh no.
And Coco says, aren't we supposed to like being with our significant other? Like, if you're going to get married, make sure you like spending time with them all the time. I pray to find that one day.
You will.
We do, Coco, but after about 28 years, that there's a fine line between I love you and I'm going to choke you. And you walk that line every day. And that's the beauty of marriage.
Oh my gosh, we're doing well said.
So,
well, this is our second marriage for both of us too. So, and
we're on our first, but we've discussed taking a break and coming back. That's not true.
Oh,
I don't think I could live without Teresa.
Here on the Holiday Live Tour.
I'd get skinny real fast if we weren't together, so I'm going to keep her.
Yeah, I'm in that same boat.
So let's talk about some goals. So I don't know, Corey, you had some goals last year about your content that was pretty much at that point you were wanting to stay about the same that you were putting out one video a week at that point, but this year you had upped it, though. You were at 2 videos a week, and then you scaled back.
Yeah, we kept it. I just find it easier to do at 1 video a week because the editing takes me so long because I'm old and I'm not a good editor. So it takes like 4 hours to edit one of our videos. So the 1 video a week for us has been, I mean, that's something we can do. And we've been like 3.5 years. We've never missed a video release.
That's awesome.
So we've stayed consistent, and I'm afraid if we bump it too much, we'll start missing them, and I don't want to do that. So we've just left it at that. And we are close to the 5,000 mark, which is still in the very small YouTube creator space. I mean, we don't get a big paycheck. $200 paycheck from YouTube in a month is a big paycheck. Usually they're under that. So, and our audience is amazing. We don't get a bunch of hecklers.
A paycheck from you? Wait, hold on.
Well, I haven't checked, but they tell me they pay me. I haven't actually.
All right. So they actually do pay, though, right? Because
I've heard
we haven't even gotten there yet.
Not yet.
No.
Yeah,
it's nothing to write home about. That's for sure. I mean, it's not even buying mac and cheese for the month, but it's a great.
Are unemployed.
It is
Can you at least buy ramen? Can you get ramen with your YouTube
we
money?
Do.
Amy says her goal is 201K just to beat Grams and Pops.
She'll probably do it too. Amy hits her goals. She had a goal last year to come to Planes to Profit. She said she'd come if she hit 1,000 subscribers, and she did. And then she showed up. So Amy's one of those extra girls that actually hits their goals. I don't believe in that.
An extra girl.
Extra? I'm curious. Extra?
We should make Amy a T-shirt that says
she's just an overachiever.
There's Kristen.
Yes, and there is Kristen checking in.
Kristen.
Can't wait to meet these people in Nashville
again.
Yes, they were there last time. They just didn't peek their head out.
I was the wanderer, so I mean, you'll remember that.
You didn't meet Kristen.
I believe I did say hello to Kristen. I don't know if I think Brian was wandering at that time.
Yeah.
I don't think I could be in a room with Kristen and not go say hi to Kristen. She looks like one of those people that's just waiting for you to come say hi.
She just fun and bubbly and approachable and I can't wait to
just like Tracy
see Kristen again.
She's fun and bubbly and approachable and all that. Yeah. Not me.
I forced the smile so the resting bee face doesn't come
out. Stu is here.
Hey, Sue.
Sue, you're not late.
You haven't missed
you're
anything.
Not late. Yeah, we're just having fun, chit chatting, telling stories of how we met, telling stories of what we do.
Yeah, we haven't told any stories about any goals yet for this year, though.
We are let's do. Well, did you had a question? I have a couple of pictures loaded. Did you want to ask your question yet?
If you like, okay. Here was my question. What would be the proper etiquette for taking down outside Christmas decorations after the year? After
proper
Christmas.
Etiquette for taking them down? You just rip.
No, when?
Now. Last week.
Last week. Now.
Brian had sent me a few photos here.
This is in our neighborhood. Now, that's a tree that's down, literally leaning behind the guy's other thing. And also in front of his house, he has the next one that's like a broken angel right there. That one had been up the whole time, and it's still up to this day. It was up when we drove out this morning. This is another one that was lit up, and it's laying on the ground.
Shout out to my neighbors if you're watching. We love you.
Yeah, we love you and everything like that. Don't egg
our house. At least it looks like
that. But
at least it looks like Christmas past.
Yes. I was sitting there thinking, going like, well, these are obviously people that are disappointed in what they got for Christmas and are saying, screw it, I'm not going to take the crap down now. I'm just going to leave it up because it didn't.
We still have our tree up.
I heard that one.
We're still being lazy about that. It'll come down eventually, but there's no hurry at this point. Like the feeling of Christmas is gone.
That's indoor.
Oh, we didn't decorate outdoors.
Yeah.
If you decorated outdoors, when would you take it down?
We'd have taken it down already.
Yeah. For me, it comes down before the new year. Before the new year, it's down. So
if I told myself that, I would miss it because I don't like to hit my goals exactly. Like to miss them and fall short a little bit.
Okay, now
it'll probably come down on the 3rd.
This is the person up here who says he will not talk about Christmas before Thanksgiving.
That's right. That's a hard goal, and I don't miss that one.
Yes.
Well, I do with Ken sometimes because Ken baits me into it.
Right.
I'm always talking Christmas. Yeah. I can't wait and see next out. I'm waiting for Christmas in July, the Christmas in July celebration.
We doing a raid train again this year?
Yeah, I think I will host a raid train. That's probably going to be
his first raid train, and we were on it.
Yes,
unlike ours. Unlike mine, for the real holiday that we don't do, for the holiday tour, which is Veterans Day, which I will continue to talk about that one. You know, the 4 holidays, not accounting Veterans Day. But yes, we did our own first. We only do one raid train a year. That's it. And it's Veterans Day.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly. No, it is going to happen that way because the stress level that I had during that day was just way too high. And Ken did not come.
See, Kristen, hold on. Kristen knows me. Kristen, favorite topics, Christmas mac and cheese and dude wipes. I was not on your raid train. I don't know. I can't apologize. And you really don't know how much that it killed me not to be on that. Once I kind of realized the significance and it was your first one and to support you guys and
it was to help veterans too.
And it was to help veterans. But I think when I realized where I was at with that, I
think sitting around and talking to us for 4 hours during the after party was probably enough.
It was. I'm just busting Ken, and he knows that. But Ken literally came on in the after party, co-hosted with us, and then matched donations to the show up to $111. And we ended up donating just shy of $500 to Stop Soldier Suicide. That's cool. That's near and dear to my heart. And that's one of my goals for this upcoming year is to the average number of veterans committing suicide is 22 a day. And I would like to take that number down to 20 or 21 a day. I'm being realistic. There's no way I can get to the others. but I'm going to do everything that I can to try. And I put out my own phone. My own home phone number is out there on Whatnot. And I've had people reach out to me and talk to the people about that, because that is something that is near and dear to my heart, is to stop soldiers from doing that.
It's so damn hard to make fun of you when you're talking about serious stuff. But
I know.
I just wanted to throw in there that nobody's going to commit suicide talking to you, because they're not going to have time.
Yes.
Well, then I'll mention my second goal. My second goal is to get Corey on Whatnot in a graphic tea battle for the loser.
Way to shoot for the moon.
For the loser has to wear the Taco Cat romper at Planes to Profit.
Yeah.
Planes to Profit. Corey likes it. He told me about that. I saw that on the show that we could do that. So
this
that is
likely.
Okay.
But that leaves room for possibilities.
Here's what I'm gonna say. If that is one of your goals for 2025, you probably won't be on the show like next year, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do this.
We've already been kicked off of the show.
If that was one of your goals, to have Corey bet you to wear a Taco Cat romper, I'm gonna come on and I'll be a
Taco Cat romper.
Yes, what is it? Pre-loved a romper that for the Planes to Profit.
I'll be one of the audience participants. I'll come to your Whatnot show, but if I'm being honest, you Whatnot people talk about trains way too much. I'm not coming over there. A different crowd. Those aren't my people.
Go. It'll be the thrift bus outfit challenge.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And Corey and I talked to Corey about it, and I'm just busting his chops and stuff. But it would be fun to do, because Ken knows that we did a graphic tee battle in September. It was like a month-long graphic tee battle, and it was so much fun to do. And it was just really, really neat. So Tracy and I are doing that this year.
That is our goal, actually.
That is our goal. Our actual goal is to do a graphic tee battle, one a month for the entire month. So we'll do at least 12. And right now I'm undefeated. I've never been defeated.
In 2025.
I've never been defeated in a graphic tee battle. And Ken has agreed to do it. So Ken is going to be our challenge, I think, in February.
In February. And who do you got in January?
Homeschool Mama.
Homeschool Mama, Lauren and Josiah.
Lauren, and that should be fun.
Yes.
And then I see Kristen is saying she started collecting shirts to battle you two. Is she on the schedule?
She's not scheduled yet, but
she's not scheduled yet. We definitely challenged Kristen. And I would love to battle Kristen, because Kristen is so much fun. You had mentioned that when she's in a room, it's like you just want to go over to her, because she's got that personality that makes you smile. And that was one of the things. Every time I go into her show, I end up smiling, because it is just so much fun to be in there. So I would love to.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Whatnot no more.
Okay. Well, I'll let Brian know. I'll try to steer it in a different direction.
Appreciate it.
Okay. All right. See ya. Sorry, that was rude. I had a call come in. Well,
first, why don't you have your phone on silent during the show? My phone is shut off. It's like in silent mode.
That is great.
That
worked out that way.
Okay, no more that.
No more Whatnot.
No more that.
No, you're fine. I just had to get another dig in. I feel like I'm outnumbered here, and I have to cut. I got to cut deep tonight.
Yes. We'll get into some more eBay. Goals. I want to answer.
And Amazon and Macari and all that.
I never did answer the question about the appropriate amount of time.
Yes.
Yeah, I hardly ever have my phone on silent. It is always on.
Boomer.
Yes. Can I do that when Ray, Joe, and Brendan are talking wrestling and football? Over there on the This Week in Reselling podcast on Ray Nashville Flippers channel with Joe, I'd flip that, and Brendan, Big Time Flips, and
It's
Kristen
crazy how
Squirrel.
many reseller podcasts wander into the sports arena. We've even done it a few times. Well, you've done it a few times.
Yeah. I basically I talked to myself during that point, during that part of the show. Because Corey does not know sports
at all. I know what they are. Like I can name a few of them. But that's why.
I just have to ask him who we're rooting for today, and
it doesn't matter because if I'm rooting for somebody, they're going to lose.
You know, I think my dislike for sports started really early when I was a little kid, because we used to go to my grandpa's house, who we called Pops, and we would play this Atari that he had. He had an Atari 2600, but every time the Nebraska game came on, we had to shut it off. Or if golf was on, we had to shut it off. So I think that immediately just made me hate all sports.
I think watching golf would make me hate sports too.
Yep, and he watched them all. Every golf match on TV he watched.
I love watching golf. Golf is...
Yeah, it's super exciting. I mean, the way they hit that ball and then the interaction with the club.
Kristen's right. Let's Do Lunch never talked about sports, and I missed that.
Let's Do Lunch. Brian doesn't even remember that. He wasn't watching stuff back then. But
there was a podcast that I'd like to see.
They would have probably beat us out for number 2 this year if they had.
I know that they would. They would have got that
chance
female
to beat us
bias
out for number 2, even though they're not on the air anymore.
Mr. Squirrel doesn't watch sports balls. Brian, that's how my husband feels every time one of his teams plays and he watches the game, they lose.
Oh yeah, I believe me. This past weekend, I go for crazy.
Tell him not to watch the Ohio State game, then, Susan. Tell him not to watch the Cotton Bowl Friday night.
Who are they
that
playing?
Would have been funny. They are playing Texas, the Texas Longhorns in the Cotton Bowl for the chance to go to the national championship game. But see, there we go. There's our sports segment for the holiday live tour show. Yeah, we're done. Browns won't be in the playoffs this, so we can only talk about the cold and snow it is in Ohio. That's right. We just got the weather left. Oh, cool. Great. Don't get cable by the weekend. So yeah, goals. Let's talk about some goals, because again, I don't have all of that stuff written down. So let's say last year we did kind of like a reseller goal. We did a content creation sort of a goal, and then we did a just kind of like a goal in general. So we'll just do a reseller, and then in the chat too, we want to share some of your goals as well that you would like to let's say in reselling, and we will let our guests go first. Brian and Tracy, what is a goal that you have in 2025 for reselling?
Well, that's your whatnot goal by the end of the year.
Oh, I can't talk about that. Corey put me out on that. He literally,
it's a reseller goal. You have.
Well, then my eBay goal is to list 5 items a week.
That would be her thing right now. Where's the fail thing? I don't know where the fail button is on that one. Actually, our goal, and Ken, there you go.
That'll probably happen.
If it was mine, that would be mine already, because I do like 1 a month now. On Whatnot, they have a new program. It's called Premier Seller. And in order to be a Premier Seller, you have to sell $50,000 in 3 months. So for 3 months, you have to make $50,000 in sales. Plus, you have to have really good customer service with no complaints or anything like that, or you have to have quality listings. So my goal for Whatnot is to become a Premier Seller by the end of the year. And we
got a long way to go.
We got a long way to go on that. But our first step at going towards that goal is we're doing a show where we're going to try to make $1,000 in an hour on a raid train, no less, too. So we are definitely going to try to do the $50,000 in the 3 months
by the end of the year.
By the end of the year. Plus, just keep building our businesses up.
That'd be cool to hit that one.
A lofty goal, but definitely doable. There are some premier sellers out there that reach that goal. I mean, some of them, we all know, Paul, Philly Flipper, and Jen, they're on the premier list, and so it is doable, and a lot more fun than trying to make those same monies on eBay. You might be able to do it a little quicker on eBay with some of that inventory.
We've almost done we've done it on eBay before.
Yeah, there have been times
we've been able to do that on eBay
with really good storage units that we've had months like that. But
I think she will too.
We're not really into eBay anymore. I don't know. It feels like a burden.
It was funny. I almost called Corey the other day because I wanted to talk to him about some more about shipping, because that's actually why I called him the first time, was about shipping, and it was with eBay. And one of the big things that I am fighting with when it comes to eBay is the fees, and the fees are just, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so bad. And I just didn't realize how much money we were not making on eBay when we made sales. So
it's got a perspective on that is what helps me not worry about that. When we did our own e-commerce shop, which was multiples bigger than what we do on eBay, we paid roughly 20% in advertising fees in order to get people to it, because we weren't on eBay. Now we paid, I think we paid 5% is what our promotional fees came up to this year, but they take higher fees. But we still ended up with probably a better margin than we did on our e-commerce shop at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, your profit margin is still higher on eBay than trying to run your own shop.
Yeah.
So coming from that to eBay, we're like, God, these fees are awesome compared to 20% in promotional fees before anything else.
Yeah.
Like, we're loving it.
Yeah. That's actually why I wanted to talk to you about that particular thing of, getting your perspective on that, because I don't want to abandon eBay. eBay is our, it's been our bread and butter for so long. So
I get bored with it too. I think everybody that does it for any amount of time, especially if you do have a little touch of ADHD, you do get bored with it and you burn out on it. And once you're not learning anything, when it starts getting routine, I'm out. Like, I can't. I have to learn something. Like, I'll learn Barbies if I have to, which I have, unfortunately. But I have to find something new to learn, or I can't stick it out. Like, I can't do the routine stuff.
Right.
Which I think that's part of my appeal then to the Whatnot, is that it is something different. It's something fun. It's a different platform. Fees aside, regardless of any of that stuff, it's you're selling stuff. It's like you're selling it with a group. You're selling it to the group. You're doing your thing. But the eBay listing, yes, more profit for sure. But I'm just here by myself. I'm taking pictures by myself. I'm listing by myself. I'm shipping by myself. Even when the cha-ching, which still gets me excited to hear the cha-ching every time. It's still just, oh, cha-ching. Who do I share that with?
Well, I could make more profit in the corporate world if I want to go back to work for somebody, but I would hate my life. I mean, you have to, I'm not saying you have to enjoy your job every day, because some days your job sucks no matter what you're doing. But if you genuinely don't like what you're doing, like when eBay gets boring and you just hate it, you got to find a way to make it fun again or find something else. I think that's kind of what Whatnot did for Ken this year, is he enjoys that side of it. And he's happier when he's doing that than when he's listing on eBay. And I don't think you could begrudge anybody for that. Well, I'm going to. Like, I'm going to give a shit about it forever. But you shouldn't.
Right.
But some of my goals, though, reseller-wise, are to try to get that love and that passion and that focus back on eBay for particular items. I happen to have a fortunate situation for myself where sourcing is not an issue. I do not have a problem coming up with inventory. And there's some inventory that's well suited for every different platform, whether it's eBay, whether it's the Facebook Marketplace. I did a lot of sales, local pickup, Facebook Marketplace this year. And then, the stuff to Whatnot, which is the success of Whatnot is in the beginning, it's still the Wild West out there with Whatnot.
Absolutely.
But it did have those connotations and stuff of let's unload our eBay junk on Whatnot. And everybody that did that it does still have that for sure.
It still has that.
And there are sellers out there that are doing that, and they are not a lot of them are not around, and a lot of them have went by the wayside. And it's just like it's the same as eBay. I've got a lot of stuff in my store that's just, I don't want to say that it's junk, but it's just not going to sell. It's not well suited for eBay. It's not well suited for anywhere. I'm putting it on a yard sale and then I'm going to donate it. But that was the learning process of learning how to source, what to buy, what not to buy, more importantly. And, getting to that, point that if you're selling good stuff on any platform, in this case, talking about Whatnot, if you are selling good stuff, you're going to attract a crowd and your channel is going to grow and you're going to do good stuff. If you consistently bring junk,
I think even more importantly, the people that see Whatnot as a back door for their business to move the garbage out.
Yeah.
They don't enjoy Whatnot. I mean, they're using it as the back door to the dumpster.
So that's one of the things we're selling.
Yeah, that's why they don't do well on there. And if you enjoy it, you're gonna try harder and you're gonna bring better stuff and you're gonna be a lot more successful.
Yeah, now, Brian
go ahead.
Brian was just flexing right there.
Shameless promotion.
He's putting it right in my face. This weekend there is a best of the best hoodie train that's going on. Look at this. Freddie Mercury.
I could beat that hoodie. I could beat that hoodie. I have one in the shop.
Oh, can you get it here by Sunday?
Well, if you pay me enough, I could.
I can get it. If you got one that'll beat that.
It's like I think it's a 3 or 4 XL Scarface zip-up hoodie.
Oh,
and it's got red Scarface stuff all over it. It's cool. Like, it's super cool. We got it for free.
So you want to do a hoodie battle now?
No.
Hey, I'm trying to work on my goal here.
So yeah, some of my goals, kind of back to that, is to get that focus on eBay, to get the items up there that I want, to get better at listing consistently. Again, try to find that passion for it, but also grow the Whatnot that is what excites me right now. Jill and I have been talking here. We're going to start doing some things where Jill is going to start selling through my channel, through the SSK promo, but she'll be running the shows from her place. And
do you guys have separate channels right now?
We do. Jill has her account, and she had applied and was accepted to be a seller. I think she still has to do the onboarding and stuff like that. But
did they do that anymore still?
As far as I know, they do.
Oh, okay.
Because I know my cousin Susan just signed up here not too long ago, and they did an onboarding thing. But it just seems, because my channel is bigger and we don't have to start from the scratch with Jill, she would. Jill did the onboarding. Okay, so she is
there you go.
Good to go. we're trying to work out some logistics of the shipping because Jill is not interested in the ship. See there, she's not interested in the shipping part of it. She is interested in the shopping, just not the shipping. Plus she is not shopping. I put Jill on a no buying
freeze.
A buying freeze.
Oh, Tracy's done that with me.
And clothes are easy to ship. And so we're going to work on that because Jill will be selling mostly clothing and stuff like that through our channel. We'll try to grow that. Then still have, our fun shows together. And then I'm still working out the Ken versus 10 thing. I like the concept. I like my idea, but I wasn't ready. I think when I started it. If I don't ship, just fire me. You can fire me for sure, Jill. Nicole hates the shipping part too.
Yeah, and I think you just need to pick one thing and just like focus on one thing, because you have like 100 good ideas and they're all good ideas. But I also think you have so much going on. It's so hard to tackle any one of them.
Yeah.
And picking one thing's way easier said than done. I know that I'm the king of that.
And that's a goal. That's one of my goals. Hey, Corey, shout out to you. I forget if we talked about this on last week's episode. Brian will know, he watched it, or if we were talking about it in the background. Is the whole timer thing.
Yeah,
set a timer, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or something like that. And I did that a lot this week to keep me motivated in small spurts. Okay, I'm going to
I thought he was going to talk
about
doing accurate weighting on the shipping.
No. He's never going to do that. He does his shipping wrong.
I'm with you on that one 100%, Corey. 100%.
I'm glad somebody is, because I got called a twit.
Oh my God. Wow.
That's all right. I've got a thick skin. It didn't hurt my feelings, but I'm still right. I mean,
I agree.
It's not. I think there's some folks in the chat that were on Team Ken on that.
They just like you better. They're going to agree with whatever I don't say.
I do have not necessarily a monetary goal. I'm going to jump ahead to like the life goal thing. What I think this year at some point, there we go. 10 ounces is the same as 12 ounces. Exactly.
Yeah, Chris failed physics too, because I don't think that's true.
Except for 2 ounces.
Factually, it's false.
But it doesn't make any difference.
But 10 ounces is not 12 ounces. 12 ounces is 12 ounces.
But if it doesn't make any difference, why do you care?
Well, I can tell you this.
They didn't ask you. They didn't ask you
a great difference.
Estimate.
And this is Corey's.
Yeah, we could go down this again, but we probably should.
Corey's going to hate this one, but it makes a huge difference in Whatnot.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Because in Whatnot, if I put in something and I say, okay, this is going to be 4, it goes, will you quit playing with the cord? Sorry. Jesus, she's like pulling my head out over this way.
Hey, welcome in, Lori.
If I put it in 4, it goes to 7. Okay. But we want multiple sales to be sold. Well, that thing doesn't weigh 7. So now if they get 2 things and they weigh 8, it goes to 14.
But that's the way you have to do it in Whatnot.
No, it doesn't. I do it at 3. And hopefully the people, of course I do, because I put in the accurate measurement -1, so it doesn't go to the average one.
But if they buy one thing, then your 3 is wrong.
Right.
For now, you're paying. You're paying.
I'm not.
When you go to put the right weight in,
I don't put the right weight in. This is Whatnot.
What do you mean?
With Whatnot, the weight goes in when I put in the listing. So say if I sell my money thing here. Okay. So this thing weighs oh gosh, I should put my hand on it.
Or is that the kids call that drip nowadays?
Yeah. If I sell this and this weighs, let's say it weighs 4 ounces. I put it in at 3. Yeah. I put it in at 3. Okay. If it sells and it's the only one, then I'm going to ship it, and it's going to weigh over that, but the label's already going to print it out, and it's going to print it out at 3, and the post office isn't going to care.
Yeah. Okay.
But if I put it at 4,
you took this in a whole bad direction.
Well, it's the way that you can get. You're encouraging people to sell more. Oh my gosh, I'm on here all by myself. This is lovely. I am all by myself. I'm all by myself. Oh my gosh.
This is so wrong.
We are never going to be on anything.
You just hurt all 3 of my feelings saying that.
Well, it's the only way that I can get it. I'm not cheating the post office. I'm cheating Whatnot, because Whatnot covers all of the shipping price.
Why would you do that?
Well, because
I don't have as much of a problem.
Okay, wait a minute.
I get more sales this way because people will see the lower shipping price, and then when they look at another
item, like shipping with Dave.
Right?
Do you realize
yes.
you're the reason why we have to use all these adjustments every week?
No. Those are shipping adjustments are because of somebody's outrageous plush sales and other big item sales. But it's not underestimating. I am not going to sit there and say that this thing weighs 7 ounces when it weighs 3.7. I don't care what it says, because when they multiple add it, they only add the 7 to it. So if they buy 2 items,
New Year's resolution is to get Brian a scale.
Yes,
he's got multiple.
I don't like our scales; they suck.
How do you know you're not using them?
Brian, we're gonna talk about this off there. Yeah, exactly. Everything goes in a poly mailer award at 4 ounces, regardless of what it weighs. I haven't seen
Brian,
Jake around. That's poor advice.
Is Jake still doing a live show once in a while? I haven't seen him in a while.
Yes.
Yakov Ben.
Well, I don't know if shipping with Jake. Yakov Benz. Exactly. The views expressed by the guests on the Reseller Clickbait podcast do not necessarily.
The views expressed by the hosts are not necessarily representative.
Well, sometimes, yeah, but I'm not giving
even the stuff said
bad
by Jack's
information.
Is not representative of Jack's treasure. It's a pimp.
Yes.
Hey, we're all just trying to get by.
Yeah.
So your goals, Ken.
Goals. I think Corey needs to do his goals.
Yes, Corey. What's some goals?
I don't know if you finished. Did you, Ken?
Well, mine is to, and I talk about that all the time, is to find that balance to do more on Whatnot with Jill, to do more with my eBay, getting a good healthy store that has less. I want to do, this was part of my goals last year, was to have less items in my store that have a better sell-through rate, that have a higher price point. I think that's where I'm going to focus my my eBay. But where I was jumping ahead with kind of a life goal, I think when I get this year at some point, I am going to need start to be in the need of a new vehicle. Okay. And I want to have my reselling. Again, I want to stay with my newfound life mantra of make enough money to stay unemployed. I didn't make that up. A wise man once said, make enough money to stay unemployed. And
a wise man.
Also have my my reselling business in whatever platform that is, to be able to pay for that vehicle. The one reason I don't have a new vehicle is I don't want payments. My vehicle has been paid off for so long. And I would like to accomplish that. And so that's going to mean working harder, working smarter, working everything. The day Brian rendered the show speechless, Amy had said she would like her eBay store to have 100% sell through. That would be awesome. It would. Get a 12-passenger van and we can go to meetups and I can drive. Hey, I would do that.
We'd have to make it to the meetup first.
What's wrong with the one that I have? My vehicle now, it's just getting older. It'll probably last another 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I drive a Honda Ridgeline and I keep saying I'm going to drive it until it just falls apart, which almost seems to be never. Routine maintenance, but it's starting to get some leaky seals here and there. It's starting to get to that part where
sounds like
you know that you're going to need something.
Yep. That's
sorry, only 10%. Yes, list.
Only 101%.
This is true. Yeah, there we go. Set aside all Facebook Marketplace money for strictly the new car.
That ain't a bad plan with the
that,
storage units.
I love that. I love that plan because that's where I sell the bigger items. It's the cash, the cash money.
Try to get there quicker.
I love that. My goal is to experience the reselling community as many different locations in the country as I can. Hashtag resell across America. Everybody
Perfect
go
goal.
right now. Mike, I'm going to pop in here. Oh, wait, I'm not logged in. Corey, are you logged in under the reseller clickbait?
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, I am. 1 second.
Make Mike a mod on here. And
I don't know how to do that fancy stuff.
Well, you click on the 3 dots beside his name.
I'm not logged into. Can I do it through StreamYard?
No.
No, I'm not logged into YouTube as that.
I'll get.
But I can share the link for him.
Yeah, share the link. I want to his new page or his new thing that he's doing. Mike Metco meetups. Everybody click on that right there. Mike Metco meetups. If you want to know all that's happening and going on in meetups around there, brand new page for Mike, who goes to all
Big
of the
meetup. He's covering them
all. So he'll be at Plains to Profit?
He will be.
Awesome.
What about Peaches to Beaches? I saw you post about that earlier today, Mike. Are you going to be at Peaches to Beaches? Because that actually starts really close to our house.
Yeah. Now, we're not doing a meetup, though.
Oh,
yeah. We'll do an informal one.
Well,
I could make more money if I would sell my Barbies to Teresa. Yes, and ties, Barbies and ties. We have to work that out. See, that's just an example right there, of things that I have that I could move along that are just in a pile right here, and I just don't get to it. I was showing a group of friends the other day. I was cleaning up in this office, and at the bottom of the pile of some clothing and stuff was just some coats, some jackets, some t-shirts and stuff that were just absolute fire and just money. And
coats
they're just
jackets should be on now.
Here, I know. There's Carhartts. There's it's some old chalk line, vintage chalk line stuff. There was I just don't get. I have the inventory. I'm just
talking
not
about a chalk line,
focused.
Like a Carpenter's chalk line.
No. The brand chalk line.
There's a brand chalk line?
Yeah. There's a vintage brand, usually a lot of sports stuff that's called chalk line. And it's
chalk line like in football.
Yeah, but they make some other sort of stuff too. I totally am behind on the chat. No, Kristen, I have not listed them yet. Same date as Boss Meetup, so I'll be in Vegas then, which is Peaches to Beaches. But see, that's just it. Even though Mike is not going to be at Peaches to Beaches, his new page, his new channel is focused on whether he's going to be there or not. It's get the information out. How can you go meet another reseller? How can you go participate? How do you know where an event is going? Because things happen all the time, and I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have known that. I might have went. Things happen here close to my area. Have so much fun at Boss. Yeah, that's coming up in March. what was Roman's goal? Yes, that Stone Cold jacket. I know, Stone Cold Steve Austin, WWF Attitude era. Just and it's sad, and it makes me sad that I don't have the stuff listed, but I've got a new
well, don't be sad. You got a money pile. You just got to go do it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chalkline is
or send it
to me.
I'll list it. I'll have Teresa list it.
But again, I have those Barbies, and my Corey and Teresa have been asking me forever. It's like, dude, I don't know why I don't just make a deal and get rid of them. And
we had a tote of Barbies we got at a garage sale, and it was kind of a funny deal with the lady. Teresa went back and forth with her, and we ended up buying a tote. As we're walking across the street, she's running after Teresa with more Barbies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we just got, that was in the unit we just got. It was a lot of Barbies and Monster High, and what was the other one? The one that you sold like in a day that had an egg that you sold for like $135.
That tote that Teresa got that day sat for, it's been a year, probably close to a year. And she dug out the bottom of it yesterday, and there's like 2 or 3 strawberry shortcake sets in the bottom of it that were like $60-$70 a set.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have so much stuff laying around that we haven't listed too. We're not immune to building garbage.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing is though, and this is what I tell Tracy, is that we need to have that backlog of stuff so that we can keep running everything that we're doing, whether it's listing it up on eBay or wherever that we're putting that. You have to have that backlog so that when something sells, you want to keep that momentum going, listing, bringing in another one, and you have to have that backlog to do that. The problem is our backlog is huge. It's absolutely huge.
Ours gets that way too.
It gets,
but we have to. I mean, when you have the long winters like we do, you have to. Like that's what we do all summer long is overbuy.
Right.
And we have to.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But it does get overwhelming when you build up that much crap and you're walking over it for half the year. It gets overwhelming to the point where you just forget what you buy.
Right. Right. And and when you buy storage units, it's really, really common for that to happen because, like I said before, you put one stuff right in front of the other, and then you got to get to all of it, and it makes it really, really difficult. And you just I don't know how many times I've heard Tracy said, "Yeah, and we just had that sitting on the shelf. I sold it for overnight for $180.
Yeah.
It was just sitting on the shelf. It was just sitting on the shelf." And I was like, "Right, but if we sell it all, then we have nothing to sell after that." So that's why we just got to keep rotating the stuff through.
Yeah,
and Jonathan Hustleman is popping in.
Hey,
nice.
Good to see you. Sell my own mac and cheese, and the noodles in or your head-shaped special edition box could be. And I see Kevin Commonwealth Flipper is in the building as well. Good to see you. Look at the chat full of famous people, and Ray too is in here.
I'm hoping that Kevin comes to the Nashville meetup because I would really like to talk to Kevin because we're both teachers, former teachers, and we were both former teachers of history too, which was really amazing. I think he did it advanced students, where I did the not advanced students. We'll just say that.
You taught my class.
Yes. So,
and I have been challenged. Oh, Rule Squirrel, I challenge you, Kennethy. Kennethy, clothing. Yes, that's my proper given name, apparently. Kennethy. Clothing listed by. No, I didn't have to go poop. Cleaning up death pile the last few days. And there's $2 for the Flippy award-winning #2 podcast. $2 for the #2
seems appropriate
podcast. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Jill.
We got to give away too, Ken.
And we will do that here.
Yeah.
I wanted to show, though, it wasn't show and tell, but Grumpy Kyle had said in it there about Chalkline. This is a Chalkline.
These usually do really well.
That's Cowboys, right?
And
did I get that right? Is that Cowboys?
Yes.
You did get that one right.
Dallas Cowboys. But look at and this is kind of like a nylon jacket windbreaker.
Like a windbreaker?
But look at this,
Would you look at that?
Just look Somebody at that. Needs to tag Jen.
All over.
Is
Jen
that
would
listed?
buy that in a heartbeat.
No, that's one of the things that was in the bottom of the pile.
I would have been too excited if I found something like that. I would have listed it that same day, probably.
I know. And I still have not listed that yet. Pass the dude wipes, please. And then this was the other one. This was the satin jacket.
Oh, that is awesome.
WWF Attitude tag with the big.
Oh my gosh.
Stone Cold, just in the bottom of a pile.
Just run it on Whatnot for $2 at like 2 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And let me know when your show is.
I was gonna say, call me first.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That one will go up to at least $4.
Yeah.
I'll do it myself.
So yeah, exactly. And I don't know. And there again, I'm disappointed in myself that some of this stuff is not listed. And when I list it, hopefully it'll sell quickly. But the thing that is kind of, I look at those things as, if I would have listed that and I would have sold that already, I would have probably already just spent the money. It's almost like it's a bad way to look at it, but it's almost like a forced savings plan.
I think that's what you're supposed to do, maybe.
Well, I know, but it's almost like a force. It's like, okay, I can list that now. Not that I need the money right now. I'm just saying it's like there. I don't know. It's like a retirement
people that hoard
fund.
gold and stuff.
That's a bad way to put it. It sounds right in my head. Yes, car, yes. Exactly.
He's gonna have moths get in there and eat holes in it, and then try and list it at a discount.
Yeah,
you got to get rid of that stuff where it falls apart.
Distressed. And that's just a couple examples. So those goals are to not necessarily anything monetary. Last year I did that. I wanted to double by the second quarter. I wanted to double. It's not so much that, but again, I would like to possibly get a new vehicle this year and have the reselling stuff pay for it. And again, continue to be unemployed. I love that, Corey. I love that is how awesome. You put that. That is a great way. So,
hashtag life goals.
Happily, yeah.
I know. So, Corey, what are some of your goals here coming up for 2025?
I'm greedy. Mine are all monetary. Like, are we talking just reseller goals? Because that
sure,
that's easy for me. Mine's, we set a goal of 150 this year and we missed it by like $6,000 because we did come up with 144 and change. So we're trying to shoot for 200,000 on eBay next year or this year, I guess. So
yeah,
we've got to button up our processes and get stuff tightened up a little bit. Not buy as much garbage, all the usual stuff, but that's our goal for this year. And I don't think we're going to have trouble hitting it this year because we didn't work that hard in 2024.
Yeah,
we really didn't. I mean, we were unemployed. We didn't work that hard at all. So we could step it up. There's plenty of room for improvement.
Yes,
so that's for 2025.
The
could have made $6,000 on Whatnot. Somebody said, yeah. No.
Made up that
I didn't say it, Corey. I didn't say it, so I will let you know. I thought it, but I didn't say it.
See, add some commas in there. And
yeah, commas did good this year.
Commas awesome.
Did great. He beat me, Kevin, on the first month. I still think he cheated, and he said that he did now. He did say that he cheated because he won in the last 3 hours.
I did a thing today, though. I did do a thing today. I saw Dave was shilling his kitchen market thing, so I signed up for it and I listed 3 cookbooks today. One of them was my own cookbook for dogs. So we'll see how well that sells on there. But I did list some cookbooks over on Dave's too. We'll see if they love me as much over there. I don't know.
I was gonna look here, and Brian, you said you had something you wanted to give away.
I do.
Let's do a giveaway. We're hanging out here, and we're gonna do.
This is our. Let's see how I gotta do this. I gotta find the camera. There it is. This is our Jack and Cheese. This is a special holiday edition of Jack and Cheese. So this is a one of a kind. It's an Oka, okay, and it is signed by Jack's Treasures with a nice little note on it by Jack's Treasures that says "Focus on the good." And there are exactly 7 cats on that, and we have 7 cats. And this is one of the items that we're going to sell that if anybody or not sell it. We're going to give it away, and it is a special edition.
And I will say that has an MSRP of $35 because we have sold a former Jack and Cheese for $35.
We did. We sold.
I will not out my buyer, but someone did pay $35 for a Jack and Cheese in the past.
Yes. We run them in our shows, and I mean they go nuts. And I was like, oh my gosh, you do realize it's Kraft macaroni.
Edible merch is a great idea. I'm wondering what we could do for edible merch on Grams and Pops.
We actually have an idea for some edible merch coming soon.
Graham crackers.
But we're going to give that one away right there. We're going to give that one away.
Okay. I'll tell you what we're going to
this show. This is a special one too, because this is bigger than all of the other Jack and Cheeses that we've done.
She said.
For $35.
I see that. So, I didn't say it that time. I didn't say it.
Any of you guys follow Brian and Tracy, Jack's Tracy, graham crackers, and popcorn.
You guys remember the Boy Scouts used to sell popcorn?
They do.
I do not.
We used to do that all the time. We even sold popcorn for the Boy Scouts when we weren't in Boy Scouts. We kept the money.
It is
because we were terrible kids.
That's our cat Evie right there, who is also our model for all of our stickers that we make for Jack's Treasures that we send out. Which this is the one that Ray was commenting on before. There, the Jack
Treasures. It's a Pokemon, isn't it?
I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say because I don't want to. I am not getting in trouble with them, but no, that's a cat, Evie. He's got a very cute tail. So we do all of our stickers.
We'll do hashtag Jack, Ken.
Well, no, I got what to do here. I'm just waiting for Jack to be quiet for a second and quit showing all his merch.
Quiet for a second.
But I do want to show. There you go. Amy had it right there. Pasta La Vista merch.
There you go.
I like that.
I like Jill's graham crackers and popcorn.
Graham crackers and popcorn. That's right.
I like that too.
Graham's crackers and Pop's corn.
There you go. You just get a corn on the cob out of the field.
Thank you.
With all of these things. So if you guys follow Brian and Tracy on Whatnot, when they get a new buyer into their store, they do the Taco Bell bong gong. Okay. Where they welcome a new buyer in with some sort of a creative bong and for their cat.
It's not
Jack
related.
It's more like a ching, though. It's not a very deep gong.
Not drug related at all.
And so we're gonna put in there. If you put in hashtag bong in the chat,
there we go.
You will get. We'll draw here in a few minutes.
You will get the munchies.
Yes,
you will get the
Jack and Cheese.
Jack and Cheese right there.
$35 MSRP.
Yes.
I feel dirty. Yeah, it's not. It's really like a gong. It's like a gong bong.
It is the noise. It is. And Ken, a friend of Ken's, T Kim or Kim T. It's Kim T, I think.
It's on one
sent us a bong so that we literally a gong.
No, they sent you a gong.
We have a gong. No, we didn't have the gong. Tracy used to grab anything and she would go bong like this. When she would grab anything that was laying around, bong and stuff like that. And Kim T sent us one. So I wanted to give her a shout out for doing that because that was just an amazing thing. Absolutely amazing.
So #bong for the
bong.
Jack and Cheese.
Bong.
Yes.
One of a kind.
And so,
one of a kind. And by the way, it's exclusive to Jack's
And you'll definitely get some stickers too.
Yes.
Because
and it's made by Kraft. So the best way to eat it is just to eat the dry, crunchy noodles and leave the rest in the box.
I don't know what Kraft is. It's made by Jack's Treasures.
It still says
even
Kraft.
though it was a direct ripoff.
Does it? Oh, yeah, right here. Okay, just there you go. Okay, I got another sticker. I can make it not say it. So
it's a collab. You have to
no,
do it all
Chris. That is not happening. Okay? That is not happening. That I can promise you. I have retired that.
He is not.
I have.
Will is not here, but
Will is not here. Okay, but yeah, that one right there. I want to give that one away and stuff. I wanted to have something special for the show right there. There it is. Can I get in this?
No.
Start collecting some comments there. Yeah. Happy needs that. Lori needs that to go with her number. Her 1 of 1 signed headshot.
There you go. This would be perfect.
See, because she says she needs that because it's mac and cheese. It's Jack and Cheese. It's a direct ripoff of me, but Brian has admitted that that I had a great idea.
Well, what's great is if you ever get sick of us, you can just cook it up and eat it. I mean,
what?
I would recommend it.
I don't even know what is the expiration date on my first Jack and Cheese here.
Do they?
This one, yes. This one expires what? 12 February.
February.
Wow. This one expires in February
of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to get on this one.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
This one expires the 10th of January, 2025.
Oh, wow.
So I have 2 days to eat that.
We'll give it away.
No, this is that's the very first one.
That is the very, very first one I ever made.
I actually know where all of them are except one. I can
yeah, that was one of Tracy's brilliant ideas. Okay. One of her brilliant ideas on a platform I won't mention. She says, let's do it as a buyer's giveaway. I'm like, what? She goes, yeah. And I said, okay, because I'm going to say okay, because I don't want to get hit. So we did it. And the buyer that won it, I think, had no clue what she got.
She had bought one thing from us one time and gotten the buyer's giveaway and wound up with a box of Jack and Cheese.
And has never bought anything from us ever again. I think she might have blocked us. I don't know.
But every other one I can trace where it is at.
Yeah. She's did like all the bong talk.
Okay, last chance. Put #bong in there. We're going to draw this. 25 people here, 13 entries so far. We'll just give it a couple more seconds and we will draw to see who the lucky winner is.
Yeah.
And number sign, big guy coming in with the $ bong. Put a hashtag in front of that.
So close.
They put air tags in each box. Nicole's got her fingers crossed. Okay, here we go. We are going to draw right now. And good luck, everybody.
Oh, look at that.
Here we go. Who's going to win it? Oh, we almost won. We did.
You did.
Wait, the reason.
There you go.
Send us your address.
You know where to send that.
It was definitely not rigged.
We will draw that again. We will draw that again. We want somebody to win that.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see who get that.
Roman.
There
Perfect.
we go. Absolutely perfect.
We will. So Roman, if you will hit up now, you guys are Jack's like Jack's Treasure
Jack's
Trove.
Treasure Trove on Instagram.
Yeah. On Instagram.
Which I'm pretty sure we follow each other. So just drop us a line.
Yeah, congratulations, Roman.
Get him your address. Yes, Roman finally won on here. Congrats. Yay, Roman. Yeah, that's cool.
He's gonna have another cat in the house. He just got that kitten not long ago.
Oh.
Yes. He's a cute little guy.
It's funny how animals look like their owners. That cat is something else.
There you go. Make it Roman has to pick it up in Nashville. We could get Roman down there.
That what I gotta do? That what I gotta do? Because that is our cat. Our cat sits around and sticks his tongue out all the time.
He has an underbite, and it just sort of forces him to sit around.
Yeah,
all the time.
He is awesome.
I've got a black cat out here. It's a farm cat that's been hit by cars. And
yeah, I heard
by coyotes and everything else. And
me and you talked about that. Never mind.
He walks around with one leg with a joint in the wrong spot and a tooth that sticks straight out. He's the goofiest looking cat, but he's got to be on like live 8 by now.
Right.
But he hangs around.
We love cats. When Tracy and I got married, she flippantly said she wanted 19 cats.
I was kidding.
Because we weren't having children. So I got her to 12. We had at our max
outdoor cats. I like our farm cats out here, but they ain't coming in. We've only had one cat figure out the dog door and figure out the dogs to where they wouldn't chew him up.
Right.
So every once in a while, we'd wake up in the middle of the night and there'd be a cat sleeping in the bed next to a dog.
Aww.
And we don't do house cats.
Right. So, that's good though, because you have a lot more land. I think we had talked about that.
Yeah, they've got 10 acres to run around out here.
So
they keep bringing dead rabbits into the garage though. They catch the rabbits out here and eat those.
Right.
We feed them, so it's not like they have to. I think maybe they're just jerks. I don't know.
Well, they're bringing you a present. They appreciation for the food. Yeah,
they do bring gifts.
They're like, hey, here's 4 lucky rabbit's feet for you.
Yeah, and part of a head and an
you
ear.
Just have to cut them off.
Easter is coming.
Right? Yeah, not around here.
Except the Corey's, right.
Easter Bunny skips our place.
Yeah, that's coming up soon too. Then Easter, Christmas goes by, got your Valentine's stuff listed, get your Easter stuff listed.
Mm-hmm.
It never ends. Trying to stay ahead. That's another goal of mine. Trying to be just like we talked about all those Carhartt coats. Those should have been listed back in the fall. We're now, getting the middle of winter.
Still a good time. They'll sell right now. I
did look it up though. They are planning to have a winter next year as well. So, Southern Vermont Vintage said, cats are great. We had a litter last year and one of the kittens was mute for the first 9 months, would come over and look at me and try to meow. Now she has this sweet meow squeak. Aw.
That's awesome.
Seems like every time we walk outside, there's a new litter of kittens. There's one little kitten out there that's about this big right now, and he's just a poof ball. And we don't have any long-haired cats, so I don't know where he got it. He must have had a stray come through. Just one kitten just looks like a little poof ball out there.
Yeah, that's they're getting the rabbits and not the mice. These cats must be beasts out there, being able to take down a rabbit.
It's like prison rules out here. I mean, they either make it or they don't. So they got to be tough.
Yes, get your beads listed for Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
If you have beads. I don't know. What else does Mardi Gras? What else would you sell for Mardi Gras?
I don't know. Roadblock
masks, the masks that they have.
Pasties for the ladies, when they want to lift up their shirts and get beads. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but any other goals? Any other goals? What are we missing here? Any other goals in the chat that somebody has that's, something they want to try to meet in 2025?
Well, I want to meet Corey and Teresa. That's a huge goal for us to come to Plains to Profit. It'll be my first time getting into that area of the United States. which I of course I've been to California because that's where my ship was stationed, and I've done everything in the Southeast. And everybody knows that I like to travel. Hence, I'm in Nashville right now. But that is one of our biggest goals. When I heard about Planes to Profit, when you announced it, Tracy and I had still had our house for sale, and we have since sold it and closed. And so before that, I told Tracy, I said, Tracy, I know that this is it's a little bit of an outlay that we really don't have right now, but you know what? We really got to go. I want to meet Corey and Teresa. I just absolutely adore their channel. I think they're so much fun to watch.
We're looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, the best part about it is that it really has changed a lot how I look at reselling with some of the information. And like I said, I've been reselling for so long, but I've learned so much from watching Corey and your guys' show too. The Reseller Clickbait podcast. And I tell everybody, I said, man, you guys need to watch that. It is phenomenal. You're going to learn something and you're going to laugh and you're going to have fun.
I can't agree that there's any wisdom in what you said, but I appreciate
it. So here's goes over in the Picker household. Happy and Grumpy Picker to sell more than last year. And this is a great goal. Kyle, I'm going full time at the end of the year.
Goal right there. I'm telling you, when you reach that, that's the unemployment goal.
Yes.
No, they've been working at that for a while, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
And SVV, they abbreviate everything nowadays. Where you watch sports and stuff, everybody's so Southern Vermont Vintage. What SVV says, always too many goals. Focus more would be the most important. And I think that's kind of what I've said. That's been right at the top of mind to be focused, to be organized. And if you to regain the passion for the reselling, and be ahead.
I learn what not to do. How about that?
I want to be ahead.
Well, and I burned out a little bit on reselling this year in 2024 as well, Ken. So I think it's something that everybody runs up against. And for part of the year, towards the end of the year, over the Christmas, like the last 3 months, even though we did really good, I used reselling as a way to build funds to get into other things and start other things that were exciting to me. So
yes,
I mean, reselling is a great way to tuck away money to do what you do like doing. As long as you hit the main goal, and that's to stay unemployed,
right?
You're good.
Exactly. And Mike is perplexed that you actually learned something from the Reseller Clickbait podcast.
But it's all clickbait. You're right, Roman.
Yes, exactly. 100%. Oh,
we are the worst at clickbait.
Here, I know it's in the name, and we suck at doing the clickbait. But Corey and I have been discussing, the future of the clickbait podcast, directions we might want to go, directions we might not want to go.
No, Ken, Tracy and I cannot
we're going a direction at all.
Co-host, so you don't have to worry about that part. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll mark that off the short list. Incapable of learning anything because I don't miss an episode. We appreciate that, Mike. For everybody. Again, Brian said he just completed saying, "Oh yeah, we do." I look forward to the comment section every week between Mike and Roman. That's almost a book in itself. Their comments.
Yeah, we have some writers here.
Are just great, and I look forward. I think I look forward to doing the episodes just so I can see what the comments are.
Mike's make sense more than Roman's generally, but Roman's are always funny. I love Roman's comments.
I did have another goal. And this again was also sparked by Corey and conversations that I've had with Corey, and just the fascination of what can be done with AI.
Oh, don't get me started.
And I want to learn a little bit. Okay, there's out there in the nowhere verse is the lost episode, the unpublished episode of the Reseller Clickbait podcast, which was a completely AI generated episode.
Wow.
That Corey had put together.
We weren't on it.
That he was going to be have that when we took that week off between Christmas and New Year's, and Corey had presented it to me. I was absolutely fascinated by how it was able to go out and analyze content in the reselling space and make its own podcast. And but
what happened was Ken didn't want to lose our number 2 spot, and that was too good of a podcast for this show.
It was.
So he's like, we gotta hold that number 2
right to number 1. And Amy says Roman's comments are the best. They are. Amy and I will try to improve.
So how much is the subscription charge to get access to the hidden episode? I know that's where this is going.
It's in the garbage. I deleted it.
Oh no,
it's all gone.
It is. It was actually posted. It was going to upload.
It was scheduled.
And I listened to it and I thought, you know what? It wasn't what I really wanted to have out there as a representative.
Okay.
But the thing of it was fascinating of how the AI worked. And so that's one of my goals this year is to learn a little bit more. I see people generating all these images. Now, don't you use Tracy, you use some sort of an AI to do all of your thumbnails that you do on WhatsApp and a lot of your stickers and things like that. And it's just I'm looking at some stuff to, maybe do a little bit of video stuff using AI. It's absolutely fascinating. And I listen to Corey when we talk on, some of our phone conversations, and it's just,
I'm deep in the rabbit hole on AI right now. I'm way
It's a little scary. Yes, it's a little scary too about what, some of the things that
she shows me some of the stuff that she comes up with, and she'll say, okay, we got to use this in a show, or we have to use this thumbnail for someone.
Well, if you notice,
we make a sticker of this.
I don't know if anybody here or in the chat goes to the Grams and Pops Vintage website, but we're using AI to look at every time we put out a video on our channel, on our YouTube channel, we use AI to go back in and make a blog post and a thumbnail out of that channel and put it on our blog on our website.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're repurposing the content into written form, but AI is doing it. Like, I'm not writing.
Right.
Maybe we should do that with ours that nobody watches.
And some of that stuff that Corey was telling me, like one of his other publications,
Jill.
This one.
Jill, I do like AI.
The Pandemic Life of the Midwesterner. Like Corey was telling me, I hope you don't mind me saying this stuff, Corey.
No, that's fine.
That like
I'll deny it.
He basically submitted that book to the AI that he uses for it to analyze his writing style, the way that he writes, the way that he words and forms things, and the metaphors and the analogies that he uses. And so now when he goes to do certain posts and stuff, it will write that in his voice, the way that he writes. And that's just absolutely fascinating to me that it can learn. And some of the just rudimentary things that I've done with AI so far, it's just like you put in this stuff and boom, here's your results. And then you go, no, do this, and boom, here's a new result of it. And it's crazy.
You could even do a whole podcast in your voice with AI without ever writing a sentence. You just tell it what you want it to be about, and it'll write the whole podcast and do it in your voice.
Yeah.
So it could be fun. I think we're all going to be out of jobs in 5 years. Like anything that requires intellect at all.
It's like, oh well. I was good for a while.
So again, I'd still be unemployed. So perfect.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal.
But it's the people that like yourself that are getting ahead of the game and doing the stuff and being able to produce, whether it's produce content or produce something in life, classes, courses, stuff like that. It's absolutely fascinating to me. It is a tad creepy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also getting to that age where I'm like, I'm not gonna learn that. You can
Don't
have
let the
that
old guy creep in.
I was that before. I was already at that age before that, and now I want to learn everything. So.
Yeah, it's fun. I was just grumping today. I'm getting old. I was just grumping today about how many parking spaces are taken up at like Walmart with all of the people. Okay, here's what I don't understand. Okay, you got now, you can go on your app and you can order your groceries and you can go pick them up, right? Mm-hmm. And they bring them right at somebody shops for you and they pick them up. Why are the first 25 premium spaces at Walmart all taken up for people that are too lazy to get out of their car and go shop? Right?
It's worse than that. You can order them and have them bring them to your house and then tell them not to knock on your door. Just leave them on the steps.
Yeah.
Because you're incapable of human contact. It's insane. These kids need to be locked in a barn together and just given a book of matches and say, have fun. It's insane. My kids do this crap. And I'm like, just get off the couch and go to freaking Walmart. There are people there. Talk to them. And that's coming from me. That's horrible.
And you would think there's so many less people shopping now. The store is a pleasure to go in. All that's there are the Walmart employees with the carts that are picking, the stuff for people to pick up. But it's like, why don't you put those spaces a little farther out and let those of us, because then now I'm never going to complain about a handicap spot or whatever. Yes, by all means, there you go. Grandpa's complaining again.
Joe's got us on that.
It's but then now you've got, then if it's not all the parking spaces that are for the pickup people, now you've got the first 3, 4, half a dozen spaces that are handicap spots. I'm not complaining about those. And then you got a cart corral. Now at my Walmart, on both ends, they have places that are specific for our law enforcement people to come and that they get to park. It's like, how much crime is going on at the Walmart that they need to have their own special parking spot. Down at the other end, there's spaces for people that are just quickly picking up something from the pharmacy. And then there's pregnant or expecting mothers parking spots. It's like, geez, oh Pete, I'm parking out by the street. I'm trying to think of what, like, the Applebee's is all the way out the end of the
4 years away from getting your senior spot anyway. So what are you whining about? Like, they're going to give you a senior spot eventually.
I haven't seen any of those yet, and I've been looking because I'm hitting my senior spot this year. I turned 60 this year, so it's going to be
the trick is just to not go to Walmart, and I pull that off pretty well. I just don't go to Walmart, and we're an hour away from the nearest Walmart. And if we have to go, I'll usually just sit in the car and let Teresa go. I struggle with people to begin with. I'm good with people when I have to be. But going into Walmart, I don't have to be. And those kind of people, I generally am less good with because I'm less tolerant. And just a lot of dumb people go to Walmart.
I'm not saying anything here because I'm the same as Corey. It drives me insane when people are just, and the people that are doing the carts, walking around Walmart and they're collecting the carts for stuff. They act like they own, like, get out of their way. They're getting.
Don't ask them a question.
They're going to knock you down. They don't give no space whatsoever.
Walmart is an escape and evade situation.
Yeah,
you just get the hell out of there.
And they don't want you, those employees, you would think, oh, they're all over the store all day. They would be the ideal person to ask. Like if you couldn't find something like, hey, where can I find the, cornmeal at in here? And no, they don't want to be bothered by nothing. I don't know if they get paid.
They'll tell you to look on the app. If
they get paid by time or how many orders they pull or whatever. But man, it's just like, and it just sounds old. Like I'm old.
And he's only saying all of this because he's trying to let you know that the value of a number 2 podcast like this. This is where you come to talk to people, because they're not the people you want to talk to aren't at Walmart. They're here.
Or they're AI. Nowadays, every other podcast but ours
AI is actually very entertaining to talk to. And you can get really philosophical with it.
Do you think we've been talking to an AI this whole time and we didn't even notice?
No.
You could have been.
Is that really Corey up there, or is that AI?
Well, you know it's me, because AI is incapable of being mean. Like it skews nice. Like it will never make fun of you. It will always be nice, even if you're calling it names.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, they'd have to get off their own phones. Yeah. What you cooking with cornmeal? I don't know. I don't know why I came up with cornmeal as the first thing that came to my head. And I wouldn't know where cornmeal is in Walmart. Yeah, I know. Walmart AI at the checkout register makes more money than human employees. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you a fun fact about Corey. 2025 is here, and I have still not once in my life used a self-checkout. Ever.
Oh my gosh.
I won't. I'll put my shit back on the shelf and I'll leave the store if I have to. I've not yet used one.
See, I love the self-checkout. I hate when I have to go through an aisle, like, and have somebody like look at not necessarily that I'm buying something that somebody doesn't need to see. But when I'm ringing it out myself, it's all in the bags of where I'm going to put it in the house. Like if it's going to be in this cupboard or that cupboard, or if it goes down to the bathroom, if it's, toiletries or something like that, they better give me a blue vest and put me on the payroll if I have to check myself out. That's just not going to happen.
I get aggravated when the machine asks me to pay 15 different methods when it's like, I want to pay. So I click the pay. And then it says, are you going to use cash or card? And I take cash. And then it says, how much cash are you going to insert? So how much do I friggin' know?
There's a trick to it too.
Put it in.
You just walk up there and hit the manager button and just keep hitting it. Just manager. And when they come up, you just drool a little. And they'll check you out. You don't have to do anything.
Well, that's the funny thing is, even when you do the self-checkout, you got to have your little receipt, and then they show you the receipt, and then they look in the bag, and I'm like, what am I doing this for? And stuff. I don't know.
Now, does Teresa use? Teresa does all the shopping. Does Teresa?
She does the self-checkout. She uses the apps. Like she'll be in the McDonald's parking lot ordering food with the app. She doesn't if I'm with her, because she knows I'll throw her phone out the window. I can't do that. Like I can't handle.
There's nothing that takes longer than the McDonald's app. When I just want to go in, I want to get my burger and my fries and my drink. I don't want to spend 15, 20 extra minutes going, how do I get this, 65-cent fry for free? It's like,
I can't believe they created apps for fast food in the first place. I think we talked about this once before. That's such a dumb thing. It's fast food. How much faster do you need it to be? It's not faster through the app either.
But Jill, I know what you're talking about.
Well, eat out less.
I like the one on the fast food, but that's because we're both very picky, and I can make sure I minus everything that's got to be minus.
We can order it right. It doesn't guarantee that we're going to get it right, because nothing is that guarantee that you're ever going to get it right.
Our stuff's so complicated. I would rather type it in than have to tell the people.
I can't do it.
I don't do it. Tracy
There's certain things I'm definitely old fashioned on. You be quiet, Amy. We don't need this kind of harassment here.
What are you doing over there? What
I'm
fair share
complaining
are
on
you
a
doing, Corey?
podcast.
Yeah, it is slow, and they want as much as a sit-down restaurant. Yeah, it
I
is
want my old
expensive if you
down
go.
Pizza Hut back,
through.
and then I'm happy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
Uh-oh.
Are we all still here?
I'm here.
I don't know.
Are you here?
I haven't moved.
My computer, something just happened to my computer.
Well, that's
here.
it, folks. It's been a fun one.
But
Thanks for having us.
Oh, we crashed the whole damn show. There we go.
I don't know what happened. Like all of my other screens, I was like starting to lag out a little bit, and all of my other screens.
I keep brushing on my screen here because it looks like there's a crack in your screen. Do you guys see that above Ken's screen? Like right?
Yes.
Looks like there's a crack.
Yeah, I do see that.
Did you punch your camera or something? Or is that a Santa hair?
I was thinking the same thing, but I wasn't going to say it because that was going to gross me out.
I thought my screen cracked. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, I see it too.
No,
it's on the frame as well.
Yeah, now it's on the frame. But
I
that
think
I
it's
think
just
might
on
be
the
the
frame now.
firework. That might be the background.
Yeah, that might be the fireworks. You might have got it. It was just part of that gerbil you got in that bag in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put it back in the bag.
2023 and 2024.
When did you shave it off, Ken?
It was a couple days before New Year's, maybe the 28th, 29th.
Because it is a drastic change going from the full Santa.
The stubble's coming back though.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm getting there.
You're almost caught up to me again. That was fast.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for me to. Well, that's why I can kind of grow that whole beard and just like
I have to trim mine down because it grows about this long and then it starts curling and every hair on my face goes up my nose. I can't do it. So I have to keep it trimmed down.
I have a question for both of you guys.
Yes.
What is your goal for your podcast for 2025?
That's a good question. It's one we're still addressing ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. It would be nice after whatever 4 years to actually get to a monetization status. Mm-hmm. We do talk about where we're at with. We don't do a lot of resellery sort of stuff. Whether we want to focus more on that, whether we want to do more clickbait, whether we want to do it at all is an option that's on the table.
Thought about doing a food podcast.
We might as well just talk about food.
Just
I will say that every single time I watch your show, I get hungry.
Me too.
Or I get nauseous. It's one of the two. I'm not sure exactly which one happens more often, but
no, it's a good question. I don't think either of us knows yet. We've talked about it for the last week or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we're still trying to figure out what the direction is for 2025, or if there's a direction for 2025. We don't know. We got to look at our
content. Take that one off the table because I really love the podcast. I think it is amazing. I watch it every single Monday.
We'll bring in a new host. If we go that direction, we'll just bring you on.
Simmer down, Corey.
Yeah.
I knew Ken would love that.
Well, then Corey, from what I've heard, Corey wouldn't have to say anything.
I don't know.
How do you all still have a voice left?
Yeah.
Don't you dare think about bailing out, guys.
I agree with you, Mike. I'm with you 100% on that one right there. I enjoy it. I actually missed the podcast. When you guys are taking a break, I missed the podcast when you Ken, when you did Ken versus 10 and missed it a couple weeks in a row. I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I love that interaction that you have with the lives. And Corey, you and Teresa's shows, I love watching those when you guys are on. And
if we could get a deal worked out with Amy and Mo for the #1 spot in the Flippy Awards next year, I think that would be fairly motivational to stick around and really find that direction, but we're gonna have to. I mean, it's all in Amy's hands. If we're not here next month, thank you, Mike. Yeah, if we're not here next month, it's Amy's fault. I mean, that's what it boils down to, really.
It is. Bribery does go a long way. There is that thing.
Yeah.
not being monetized, and there is this stuff of Australia is moving. He's moving to Ohio. Yes, nice. Octo said that reselling won't cut it anymore. It's we use the StreamYard, and they did basically double the price. They've added a few features, but nothing overly exciting. Some of that is doing some research to see if there's a better way to do that. Being that we're not monetized. There's no reason that we shouldn't be after this long, other than it's like, people enjoy what we're doing.
If we're going to be completely honest about it too, we're kind of, both Ken and I are kind of part of the reseller community that's kind of separate from the normal reseller community. We're not part of the big crowds, and that's not a negative thing. We just kind of we haven't figured out where we fit yet. That's really clicked.
Yeah.
We're just kind of over here having a conversation every week, and we enjoy talking to each other. So we keep doing it. And we really haven't found that spot that clicks with our crowd yet. I mean, we have our crowd. They're in here.
Oh, sure.
But 20 people, 20 views a week isn't going to pay for StreamYard.
Well, it's more than 20, but
it's usually about 150.
And that's that's the point. I would rather have the low sub count, and I'd rather have the 150 to 200 views each week of people that are enjoying the show, that want to come, that want to watch, rather than the thousands of views that are just, I guess, empty views. I can't say that.
Well, we would just be letting more people down, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think so.
And I would enjoy that. I would enjoy letting more people down, but
Corey, you did say to bring on another guest, and not me or anything like that, but that would help with some of the cost of the StreamYard, because I have heard about the StreamYard price going up.
Well, I'm not worried about the cost. I don't pay it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Hey, Ken, I'm all on board then.
Okay. Yeah, I take care of that, and I take care of the, some of that might be, we have a pretty decent audio side crowd. It usually runs about even with the view count. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes it's a little less. There's, how many people would you disappoint if you drop just the audio side? I don't know how the people are consuming that that way. I know we're really big in Australia on the the Spotify and the iTunes and all of those things.
I agree.
Tracy, calm down. Calm down over there.
Simmer down.
We're gonna give Tracy last word.
There you go.
We're almost wrapped up. Tracy gets last word, and I promise I won't say anything.
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help with that. There we go.
We are
there you go, babe.
Oh, look at this. Well, we're not done yet, Brian.
Yeah, sit down.
Well, he is.
He's going or say.
I'm used
this
to
has been fun.
I'm always typing over in the side while this is going on, but I felt it's rude for me to sit here and look at my phone the whole show. So
or play with a Switch.
This might be the longest episode of the Reseller Holiday Live Tour, which I love. I love the lives. That's one of the things Corey and I differ on. Corey's not a live guy. I love the live format. That's what I like to do.
It's just because I know if we do enough lives, I'm eventually going to say something that's not editable. Every now and then things come out of my mouth that I can't take.
Corey, I'm on Whatnot, and I'm just waiting for the hammer to drop on what I say.
It's going to come down. It's going to come.
We've
already lost viewers. We lost viewers.
Yeah,
I think we lost viewers in the first 2 episodes when I came on because of something I said. Like sometimes I just say crap.
You can't please everybody.
Nor do I want to.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Exactly. I love the holiday season. I love the holiday live tour format. I love
adding that fifth show of Veterans Day would be
Veterans
awesome.
Day, adding the fifth holiday live tour, because it's Veterans Day is in 1st of November.
November 11th.
11th. But thank you
11,
to
11,
all
11.
of our guests that were part of this year's holiday live tour.
Yeah, it's a fun series.
See, who all did we have? We at Halloween time we had Wolfman's Goodies and
Xena
from Resell to Ride. We had Thanksgiving, Josh, Bama J, Resell, Bama J. Wait, is it Resell or Picker? Bama J Bird. Bama J Bird. That's what it is.
Right.
And the Christmas show was Kristen and Roll Squirrel and Chris Cajun Reseller.
Yep.
And then here to kick off
the New Year.
Roman. Yes, post offices are closed tomorrow.
Yes,
post offices are
That's
closed
one reason
tomorrow
we traveled tonight.
We knew we didn't have to ship tomorrow. So
to anytime that you can take a minute to mourn a past president of our country, whether you're of that political party, that mindset, whether you thought they had a great presidency or not, they deserve the respect of the ceremony for sure. And so, I'm happy to not have to ship anything tomorrow for that. But and then here, our first show, Brian and Tracy, thank you guys for coming on and joining us. It was fun. And Corey and I will be around. We're not like taking off like
I agree with you, Chris. I agree with Chris.
Mm-hmm.
If I could just get him on board on that shipping thing, I think he would be
Christmas
right in the running. I think he's right. He's a great guest. He's just not doing his shipping right.
I'm not saying anything. I got I almost got canceled before I said anything.
Oh, and you know what? I missed. How did I miss this?
It just came in.
Oh, because it just came in. It just popped in. Kristen, thank you.
Thank you.
Showing my support. To Kristen, to Jill, to Mike.
Can you do that?
Thank you for that support of the.
That's what we could do next year. We could change our name to Let's Do Lunch, and we could bring Kristen back on. We'll see if Angie's still interested. We'll get them both on.
Angie's still out there. I converse with Angie on
and
the
we'll do
regular.
A cooking show. Well, not a cooking show. We'll do an eating show.
We'll actually eat lunch. Well, they used to eat lunch. They used to have segments where they were
snack time.
And there's all kinds of options out there. Kristen is amazing. And Jack, look at that. Even while they're in the show, dropping the super sticker.
You still owe 10 for the guest spot.
Yeah. I was actually going to say I'm surprised.
Jack-a-rooney. Thank you very much. Jack-a-rooney. Thank you.
Brian and Tracy are there. Catch them on Whatnot.
And YouTube. We are on YouTube, and that was one of our goals, is to be more consistent on YouTube with our channel, to try to grow that a little bit. We have a little bit of fun on that. We're doing a Q&A with Jack's Treasures, which is absolutely hilarious because everything we say is completely wrong. So
we attempt to answer serious reselling questions, and then we go off on long tangents and talk about stuff that makes no sense.
Yeah, it's sort of like our daily life.
If there's any small YouTubers out there that you don't usually watch, take a few minutes and go watch some of those channels, because this YouTube thing is that's tough. If anybody that's staying consistent and putting videos out every week, Go show them some love, because this stuff is
Coco Loves Life.
There ain't no money in it
as well.
Yeah, it is hard to do these, to take the time to do it. It's and Tracy said, "Well, I'm going to do 3 of them a week," and I said, "Okay." So she didn't meet the what was it, the 10-day that you were talking about, January 10th?
21.
We haven't missed it yet, but we haven't recorded that one yet either.
But we have to do it tomorrow.
Okay, that's right.
We're not going to miss anything.
We're not going to miss that one too. So yeah, this one will be fun.
What is your Jack's Treasures on YouTube?
Yeah, it's Jack's Treasures on YouTube.
I had the request there. We are going to throw the link in there for Brian and Tracy's channel.
Thank you.
So click on that and go follow them. Follow
if you
them
want to
on
meet
Instagram
Brian and Tracy,
as well.
Come down to Plains to Profit. There's 10 tickets left. We're down to
10. That's awesome right there.
Is Ken got his tickets yet?
Ken has tickets.
Okay.
He's still waffling, dude. That's the one thing. I want that commitment.
I am not 100%. There might be some stuff happening right at that same time.
That's not what I heard. That's not what I heard. I heard you had friends that you liked better than me, and
well, we're gonna have to pick someone else's room to stalk if he's not there.
That's true.
I mean,
that's true.
So hit us up if you want us to hang out your room.
Now, Corey, are you going to try to come to the Nashville meetup?
We don't have plans to at this point, just because it's so soon after the one we're doing. But we did talk about trying to do 2 meetups this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Plains to Profit's obviously going to be one of them, but that's like 4 meetups for us because of the planning side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like by the time we're done with that, we're ready to take a break for a little bit.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I'm hoping we can hit one more this year yet after Plains to Profit.
We have one in July.
We're going to try to do.
We're going to try to do one in July in Vegas with Derek Fundamentals. He's having one in July, and we're going to try to do that one
because we like Vegas anyway.
So I like to go to Vegas. And I know I think I talked to Corey one time, and he said he does not like to travel, and that's one of the things that we're definitely different on.
I don't like to travel, but I do like going to the events.
Yeah,
right.
I enjoy them once I'm there every time. Mm-hmm. Vegas, I love the events in Vegas. I don't like Vegas. Like Vegas, and I think we talked about kind of why on the last episode. It's just
you walk out the door.
The whole time you're there, you're just in a bong shop. It's just insane.
yeah.
Hashtag bong, right? Yeah.
Definitely Vegas has that, especially around Fremont Street, and even the downtown. We actually like going to the off strip casinos in the off strip areas of Vegas.
Red Rock is beautiful.
Red Rock.
Corey says they might do another St. Louis one summer and fall. That'd be cool.
Oh,
the Cincinnati one was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If we can support another meetup, we will. I know we sponsored one last year as well. We sponsored at the 2 Old Guys, and we weren't able to make it there. But doing the meetups is probably harder than a YouTube channel. Like the people that are doing those, especially ones like Nashville, where he's doing it without taking any tickets. There's no pay to get in.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like if you can support those guys, go do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ray is amazing. That was one of the things that I give all of the credit in the world for me even being on this show to that meetup, because I would have never met any of this. I wouldn't have done any of that if it wasn't for that meetup.
Yeah. And that was one of the benefits. I said something about that earlier in the show, and just a happenstance meeting. We were coming out of the room, and for some reason Brian was on the floor outside our door sniffing under the little. I'm not sure what was going on there, but Tracy was trying to
smell something bongish. I don't remember.
No, it wouldn't be coming from my room. I can guarantee that. But at a meetup, and it was built a friendship. And Brian and Tracy and I kind of talk on the regular now. talk over stuff about Whatnot and stuff, about shows and just about things that were going on, during the day. And I just roar. Okay, that's all I got to say about that.
Who got him to say it? Who got him to say it?
Great show. Great MF walkthrough. Great show, Dad.
Who got him to do it?
Who got me?
Who got you to do that, Ken?
I think he did it on his own.
You did the roar on your own?
Yeah, just that's enough. That's enough
so
about
that.
About
what that is, but
yeah, that's all we're gonna do
great.
there.
It's
hush. Yeah, the meetups are pretty much responsible for everything that happens in the community. Mike, you are 100% about that, on the good side and the bad side. There can be, drama that comes up from things, but mostly everything is positive. The people that you gel with, that you meet with, new opportunities, like you said, for your Whatnot, meeting Paul and talking to him for a few minutes and getting that opportunity and that exposure with a little bit bigger crowd, and just, and that's not, I give, you guys might give Paul a little more credit for that opportunity, but it's you guys that captured the crowd with your dynamic and what you do together and the items that you sell. You took an opportunity, and that's what all of this business is. That's what, that's what life is right. Taking an opportunity that you're presented and making something out of it, not letting it get by, not letting it, slip past you.
Which is why we said we were going to Planes to Profit. I was not going to let that one skip by me, and why we're going to raise also. So it's an opportunity to meet people and to share and to talk and to learn and have fun and realize that, hey, there's a lot of other people in here that are doing the same thing that you're doing, making the same mistakes, doing the things, do the stuff that they're doing or wanting to do.
Exactly. And learn and talk and laugh and have a good time. But you know what? We're a little over 2.5 hours. We are going to, Corey and I will say our last things. Brian, you can say something, then you have to get up and leave. And we're going to give Tracy the last word of the last meet, or the last holiday live tour show. So I will say thank you to everybody for 2024 for your support in not only my show, but in the Reseller Clickbait podcast, for the friendships that I made this year, for the friendships that I will continue in 2025, and the new friendships that I will make. Make enough money to stay unemployed. That is my new thing. That comes from my friend over here, Corey. I enjoy talking to Corey. A lot of times, sometimes the only time we talk in the week is when we're on like the podcast that day. But then there's other times that, we have conversations midweek that are, those hour, 2 hour, 3 hour plus conversations. And I'm fascinated by his wisdom of business.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, the thing that you, the way that you look at stuff, and the way that your business senses. So I appreciate you, my friend, and what we have together with that. So, continued success to everybody in whichever venture, whatever platform, whether you're a reseller or not a reseller, whether you want to get into reselling, whether you want to build on your reselling business. A good luck to you in 2025. And Corey, where you at?
Man, Ken, you said a lot. You took everything I was going to say and you said it better. So I'll just repeat. Have an amazing 2025. And thank you to everybody that showed up and watched even one episode. And may you stay unemployed.
Exactly. Brian.
2025 is an opportunity, and it's something that every year it's that newness that you have. It's opportunity to look at everything around you and appreciate everything around you. And I appreciate everything that I have been given by this awesome community, especially the love and the support that has given me to help me to come and do what I love to do on a daily basis. And I absolutely love that. And the one biggest thing that I want to say is to Ken, and that is that I love you. I honestly love you as a friend. It was a chance meeting in a hallway, and I've never connected to anybody in my entire life as much as I have connected to that man. And
it wears down.
I appreciate that. I appreciate. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. And Corey, you are an amazing person. I cannot wait to meet you and Corey. I'm sorry, you and Teresa, because I think you two are amazing people. And I know 2025 is just going to be the best year, no matter what happens in the year. Always look forward and always look to have fun and have fun what you do, and stay unemployed. I'm going to echo Corey's sentiments myself.
Love that. I love that.
Tracy, it's all you.
Appreciate that.
Brian, you may be excused. Tracy.
Well, 2026 is coming one day or one way or another. So you might as well make the best of 2025. Look at those goals, meet those goals, crush those goals, and have fun while you're doing it.
We waited all this time for that.
That's it. That's it.
Thank you, Tracy.
He used all the words.
It was perfect. I know how you feel.
As the great Y2K band Smash Mouth said, the years start coming and they don't stop coming.
There we go.
True.
There's our music quote of the day.
The number 1, number 2 podcast around. Yes,
we'll
Tracy.
Take it, Mike.
Your friendship as well. Usually when Brian is, when we're on a phone conversation, you're on speakerphone and you're back there helping out. Tracy helped me out today, giving me forwarding me some information that I didn't have that I needed for an upcoming show. And hey, look at that. Breakdance and Judy checking in.
There we go.
Have a happy, healthy 2025. I appreciate all of you in a special community.
Wait, Breakdancing Judy's there?
Yeah.
Hold on. I need to say hi to Breakdancing Judy.
Yes.
I just want to, real quick before we go, Ken did say he was going to give Tracy the last word and then not say anything afterwards. I just want to point that out before we actually sign off.
Well, I'll just say bye.
Well, we will end on Tracy. We will end on Tracy.
Bye.